You are an attorney. In the chat, put your name in the chat now. Marcella Smith, you are an attorney or firm representing who?
I'm representing Bergies on the Block.
Amazing. Mute yourself. Thank you. Okay, and we got Sean and Blair. Blair, who are you repping tonight?
Hey, Rob. Actually, I am here because Sean here is taking over Anella.
Got it. And you guys are doing it yourselves? Oh, Sean, you're gonna do it on your own?
Mike Kelly.
Mike Kelly's there.
Oh, Mike Kelly. Okay, cool. Sorry. One more time. Not Mike Kelly's people, or Harry's people, or Michael Ferrari's people. So the next one after that I heard was Marcella Smith. Thank you. And then Sean and Blair's with Michael. Cool. And then now I see after that number 163 Gurnies. Michael, I got you, Michael. The other Michael. Let me write that down. Good to see you, Blair. EDIS. Okay, then we have Kieran. Who do you got tonight?
Hey, Rob, how you doing? I'm not sure I got this right, but I'm representing myself for 506 Grand Street, Pound Loney.
Cool. You don't have you just represent yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I got you. Okay. Okay, after that, anyone else type in the chat if I have not. So not Mike Kelly's people, or Harry, or Michael Ferrari, or Marcellus, or the other Michael and Kieran. Not those folks. Type in the chat your firm or the business you're representing. Got you, Robbie. Daddy? That's a French press for the coffee. You push it down and it makes coffee. Yeah. I got you later. Okay, so the last person I got is Kieran, right? Wait, new message drop right below that. Hold on. Here we go. I got some new messages coming in now. Mike, I got the other Mike. And then I got... All right, help me with the names here. Okay. Wow. I know, right? Okay, so we got to find Mike. We got Mike. Then we got Catherine Bruce, self-representing for...
I want to say hi to Mike.
You want to say hi to Mike? Okay, say hi to Mike. All right, so then we have...
Hi, Mike.
Okay, bye-bye to Mike. Mike Wazowski. Go, mama. Okay, after that, we have Catherine Bruce, Bruce, self-representing for 152 Drakes. All right, let me write that here so I don't lose this chat. Catherine Bruce, 152 Drakes. Okay, then after that, I got Nicholas Paldea. Nicholas Paldea, right? Nicholas Paldea, can you unmute yourself for a second? What's the address of the business?
25 Greenpoint Avenue.
Self-representing or firm?
Self-representing.
Gotcha. Then after that,
Mackenzie Murdoch.
Yeah, I got you. After
Okay.
that, Bose General 620 Lore LLC, right?
Yep.
Okay. Self-representing or firm?
Self-representing.
Gotcha. All right. Anyone else? Please write in the chat now. Either way, we'll get to everybody. So this is a good start. Yeah, I got Harry's like number 2. Gotcha, Sarah. Thanks, Sarah. Okay, Mackenzie. This chat is off. This chat design is awful. Not the people in the room are amazing, but this interface is terrible. Okay, Mackenzie, Murdoch. I guess. Okay. And then Cyrus good because we got that with thing. Tom Burrows, we can use another committee member. Yeah, no joke. Okay, for folks that mostly came in the last minute or so, please type in the chat if you're self-representative and you don't see yourself in the chat. If you already see your attorney in the chat, then don't worry about it. Like if Mike Kelly's is your representative, don't worry about it. We already have him. If Michael Ferrari's your representative, don't worry about it. If you're self-representing, you can just drop in the chat right now. Tom, do you we're waiting because we got a nice healthy list here. There are public what items? Oh, good question. Yep, my bad. All right, we got a good healthy start. Are there any public members that are here to speak on an item? I would highly suggest when you hear that item called, as a reminder, you should type in the chat, I'm here to talk about that item, just to remind us, because as the meeting gets on for a couple hours. But if you want to say it now, it's a good idea to say it now. I'll do my best, Michael. I see you.
Rob, I will speak on 25 Kent and also on Barge Bar.
I didn't think that you wouldn't. Got yourself. I know your avenues, brother. I know your geographical zones. And then we got someone else for Barge Bar. Got you too. Okay. French press, Robbie. French press. Be careful with it. Okay, and also questions about 99 Franklin. This chat interface is off. Okay. Okay. Got you. Barge Bar, questions about 99 Franklin, 25 Greenpoint. Noted. All right, let's look at let's see. I see Eric from the committee's on. Gina's on. Isaac Sofer's on. Bogdan is on. Tom Burrows is on. Rob Solano is on. That's 6. I think we need 7 for our committee, right, Tom Burrows? This interface is awful.
Got me, Rob. Got me.
Who did I forget? Who's got me?
Yes,
7 is,
we need
7 is correct, Rob.
7. Oh, thank you, Jerry.
Arthur is going to join us in 10 minutes.
Rob,
Okay.
I'm never clear how many members we have on the committee, so, you know.
7 is 7.
No, on the full amount of the committee. I don't know how many there are.
My man Jerry told me 7. 7 is the number.
Right, but if there's only 10 people on the committee, we only need 6.
13.
13. Got 13.
13. So I have no idea who's on the committee. So somebody else better become the chair then.
Okay. Thanks, Jerry. All right. I think we're just, so let me check. I'll check the list now, Tom.
Jerry, does that count the public members or the non-board members?
It's yourself, Bogdan Bakarowski, Gina Barros, Eric Brzaitis, Arthur Dubinowski, Julia Foster, Isaac Sofer, Rob Solano, James Stewart, Tommy Torres, and
I was right.
Simon Weiser as first
Yeah.
vice sits on all
Yep.
the committees,
Yep.
and 2 public members, Joshua Cohn and Ronan, is it pronounced Daly or Dally?
Oh, so the public members get counted into the number we need for the,
That's correct, because they vote.
okay. So that makes it better. So, because Josh is here.
Oh, so Josh is here. So we got our 7. Yep.
Okay, I saw Josh, but I didn't see a last name. Is that Mr. Cohn?
Yeah, I think that's him. He's been texting me.
Yeah.
That's him.
Okay, thank you.
Last names are helpful, but you know.
No, it's him. But Jerry, thank you for saying. I didn't know that. It's a great clarification point. Now I know for next time. All right, Mr. Burrows, it's all you.
All right. So why is somebody sharing their content?
Jonathan Cohen, please stop sharing your screen. Thank you.
So Rob, who was here first?
Mike Kelly.
All right. So Mike, what are your items?
Harry was there before me. He was on when I got on. I have Janky Boys LLC and the Nella Brooklyn LLC.
You're a good man, Mike Kelly.
But Harry was here first.
Good
What
job.
were you two? Mike, what were yours? Janky Boys, and what was the other one?
Nella Brooklyn LLC. ANELLA.
And what's Harry got?
232 North 12th.
Okay.
Tom, before we're gonna forget, the application for new hub is not signed.
Hey
Yeah,
guys, just to be fair, also Michael Paliudis was here before me. So
Yeah, I got him. Yeah, I got him. No worries.
I can address the New Hope Brooklyn now if you like, or I can talk later.
I thought Harry was the first person here who's doing 232 North 12th.
Yeah, let's do Harry.
So
Harry's
how did
first.
we get all the way to New Hope all of a sudden?
Oh, we're just doing the list right now. Harry, go. Harry's first. Everyone else, please mute yourself at this time. Thank you, though.
All right.
Well, no, or you can private chat me. I'll take your notes there for sure.
All right, Harry, you've got 232 North 12th Restaurant LLC, correct?
yes. I
All
have
right. Rob, are there any people here from the public?
Let me check the chat. Is anyone here from the public? Harry, say the address one more time for folks.
232 North 12th Street. Sarah and Pedro are on here, clients.
All right, stand by for 10 seconds. Let's see anybody rushing to the chat.
Harry, who are your clients' names?
Sarah Coonrod, COONROD.
Yeah.
It's just Sarah on there, so.
You said my clients. You said plural, didn't you?
Yeah, well, there's it just says Sarah on here. I don't see anybody else.
Okay. Well, who's Daniel Farkas?
I don't know. Oh, Daniel Farkas is her partner.
Is he here?
He's not here.
Okay, so just her. Okay. All right, so go.
So Rob, I just emailed you the petition signatures.
Okay, I'll send it to the SLA committee. Keep going.
You
Okay.
just emailed the petition signatures now?
I mean, they got them. They were doing them up until yesterday, and we just sent them in.
Yes, and you're nailing them now. Back of the line. Sorry. Somebody has to read them. They're not going to read them now.
Okay, Harry, stand by. We're going to go over to Mike Kelly. I'll try to get those things over to SLA committee. Just unmute yourself for a minute. Mike Kelly, go for it. You're up.
Who are we doing? Anella?
Yeah, do Anella.
It's an on-premise liquor license for Anella Brooklyn, 222 Franklin Street.
Slow it down. Slow it down. We're not in a race.
Okay, they were between Green Street and Huron Street. It's a transfer application. The restaurant's been open since 2009 with an on-premise liquor license.
Okay, Mike,
They're
I'm
not
on
changing.
page. Mike,
Yes.
I'm on page 2. Is Sean Kernine here with you?
Yes. He's with Blair, the owner of the current Anella.
Because we don't have we don't have a way to take attendance, so I need to know who's
Okay.
here. You need to say it so it gets recorded. It's like whatever. So Sean is here and Blair is here, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So Sean's gonna keep the current method of operation. He's going to keep the current employees. He's gonna keep the 18 tables, 48 seats, and 12 bar stools. There is a backyard. It's on the license. It's been there since 2009. They haven't had any problems with it. There's 11 tables with 22 seats. There's background music only. The hours of operation are 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. Sunday through Thursday, and 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. Friday and Saturday. And we're open for any questions.
That's a lovely sheet metal fencing.
Tom, because I don't see my application, can you make sure Michael signed the application?
You want Michael to sign the application?
The applicant, whatever, because usually it's blank.
Sean Kernine signed the application.
Okay.
I'll sign it if you want.
Sean, are you planning to change the business, or are you going to keep the same business approach, menu, chef, things like that?
Yeah, all of that's going to stay the same.
Amazing.
I'm just looking at the pictures because that metal fence, it's just lovely.
Mr.
Blair built that
Burrows,
herself.
Tom, you have a quorum.
Tom, do you want to know? Do you want to know about the metal fence?
No, I'm just looking at all the DOB violations.
I don't think
They're
those
way
are
back.
for us, though. I think those are landlord.
They're way back in time.
Yes.
Way back in time. Up signatures. Who wants the signatures? Well, you're just, who do you have to tell? Right? So the application is signed. All the things look like they're going to be the same. So it's just a change of owner, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would like to make the motion to approve the application.
I second that motion. Rob Solomon seconds.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone opposed? Okay, so we only can recommend to the full board that they then make a recommendation to the SLA that change get approved. So Anella's done. Okay, Michael, you have
Move on. Yes. Sorry.
Michael, you have Janky
Yes.
Boys, right?
Janky Boys.
All right, hang on. Because I have to dig out I got to see what I got in my file. Come on, open. Okay, Janky Boys, 258 Wythe Avenue, new liquor license.
Okay, we're with me is Dean and Maya Janklowitz, the two owners.
Well, the only name that's on my application is Dean Janklowitz. So who's the other person?
Yes, additional owners, Maya.
Maya what?
Maya Janklowitz, husband
Okay.
and wife.
I'm reading the thing. I've got one screen. I can only read one thing in a right. So what was her first name? Maya?
Maya, M-A-Y-A.
Okay. And it's going to be called Jack's wife, Frida?
Yes. There's 3 other locations. They're all in Manhattan. one at 224 Lafayette Street, one at 116 8th Avenue, and one at 50 Carmine Street. All of them have on-premise
There's
liquor
Maya's name. I
licenses.
found Maya's name. Okay, sorry.
That's
Yeah, well,
okay.
the only one that's listed on the application is the one at 224 Lafayette. So where are the other ones?
The other one is 116 8th Avenue.
Which is 8th Avenue and what?
Dean, what street is that?
Well, more
Hi, guys.
importantly,
It's 8th Avenue and 16th Street.
so it's
116 8th Avenue in Chelsea.
Board 5, Board 4, Board 4.
4.
You mean Board 4, okay.
And then
Lafayette is Board whatever. Okay, and what was the
2.
third one?
224 Lafayette Street, which is Board 2,
Right.
and 50
Third one.
Carmine Street, which
50
is also
Carmine
Board 2.
Street. Can I make a call to Kathy Donaldson right now?
Sure.
What would she
Absolutely.
say? What would she say, Dean?
She's sitting over here. I can put her on.
Dean.
Everybody loves Jack's wife, Frida.
Yeah, only good things, I imagine.
Well, do you know Kathy?
I don't know Kathy. I know Robin Goldberg very well from CB2.
Well, Kathy's on Bedford Street. She's the president of the Block Association over there. So she keeps an eye on you all. So, all right.
So I will get to know her then. Absolutely.
Okay, there's a place formerly occupied by Gotan, the Hayward, and Zubelin. We're basically American comfort food. We're going to have 18 tables, 50 seats, and a 7-seat bar.
Nice.
Background music. There's no outdoor seating except probably for the open restaurant that's going on now. We're open from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to midnight on Friday and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. We do have French doors, which will close by 11 o'clock on Friday and Saturday, and 10 p.m. on all other days.
Mike, are you going to notarize the signature?
If you want, I will. Send it in tomorrow.
Well, there's this.
It's hard to get notaries these days.
I know, but it's just a squiggle of a signature. It could be, anybody dropped their pen on the page,
That's him. I can verify that. I've seen his other paperwork.
It's like, who put that squiggle? All right, I'm just running through the pages. Why did Eric Adams' face have to be there?
Good job, Dean, with your squiggle. Good job.
Let's see. I'm almost at the end. Give me a break.
What's the name?
So what was there before?
Gotan was the last restaurant that was there. Before
Does
that,
anybody know where
What's the address again?
It's 258 Wyatt Avenue.
Got it.
White and what?
Between Metropolitan and North Third.
What's going on here? Okay, I looked through it. I don't see any problems with the application. Anybody in the audience wish to comment on this place? Rob, is there anybody out there who wanted to say anything?
Can I comment?
No. Wait, there's a comment. Who said that?
It's Francoise. I want to say that one of my very good friends, Dan Pelosi, who in quarantine has become quite the Instagram celebrity, says nothing but incredible things about Jack White's Frida's. Sorry, what is the name of the restaurant? It's so hard.
Jack's White Frida.
There's great
Jack's
things
White
about
Frida.
a restaurant with no name.
The name that I can't remember right now, but I think also really talking about how it just adds to the community and all aspects of where it is, and it just really, it's a very welcoming space in all of its other locations. And I did not know you were opening in our neighborhood. But my times there and your other locations, to me, it would be a very welcome addition to the community.
Thank you.
So nice to hear. We love Dan Pelosi too.
A
A lot of people love Dan Pelosi. Yeah.
Thank you.
We call him Iced Tea Dan because he always gets an iced tea. Yeah. Yeah.
Romantic teas or regular iced teas?
Regular iced tea. He's highly caffeinated at all times.
I like too much. All right.
Thanks.
Nothing else from the public, Tom.
Rob, I'm still looking for those signatures that you're going to be sending to us. I'm just.
Oh, from that, yeah. Just coming your way.
All right. For, whoever's out there, I've looked through the application. Has anybody else looked through the application?
Yep. Looks good. I make a motion to approve.
Okay. Second by anybody?
Yeah, I second.
I second.
Okay.
Okay, Bogdan second.
Oh, who's that, Mr.? Who is that? I hear a voice, a familiar voice. Is that Mr. Dibanowski?
Yes. What's up?
Oh. All right. All those in favor of this applicant?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Oh, you're going to help me make the salad. You want to help me chop
Okay.
up?
That one's done. All right,
Okay,
Mike.
thank you.
Rob, I still haven't
Have
seen
a
the
good night.
signature. So, what, Michael? Michael?
Yes.
Harry, can you forward that over to SLA?
You're done, right? Mr. Kelly, you're done, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Have
So,
a
Rob,
short
who
night.
is the next person?
All right, hold on. Harry, you go after this person. The next one's going to be Michael. Play this. He got in at 6:09 p.m. and then after that be Michael Ferrari. Sorry,
Michael, who got in at 6:09?
Michael.
Who should I send it to?
Palutis.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. So, who does Michael Palutis represent?
So I'm here for number one. That's 63 Guernseys.
That's it.
Spritzen House, but this is a corporate change application. So I'm actually here on behalf of Zahar Zeplovich, who's the incoming member. Okay.
Okay. The question I had, is that it? Only that item?
Only that item, Tom.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now I got to find your stuff. Hang on. Got to find your stuff. Because it was like 100 pages long. Hang on. All right, so that you were here last month. Were you not? No, you're new, right?
No,
Are you
we
new?
were here. We were here last month.
Okay, so we got to find why we put you over. Did we put you over from last month?
Did.
All right, let me find. It wasn't. Wait,
That's,
if you were
Tom,
put over
that
from
was-
last.
That was a few items that was missing, and we request the applicant to get some additional documents.
But why weren't they postponed? Why'd they go on a new list?
That's the question.
We're showing
That's
this
the
postponed
question.
on the agenda, Tom.
It should be on postponed, that's
It
correct.
should be postponed, but I guess maybe they put it on the.
You sure it was on last month or the month before?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, if somebody could, all right, because I'm sitting here with last month's calendar, trying to figure out where it was, and I don't see it. So maybe I'm on drugs. It was on the March 23rd meeting?
Absolutely. We saw you on March 23rd.
Were you actually, because I'm looking at the March 23rd calendar, and I'm like, I don't see it.
I recall that it was the calendar was not the first time it was released last month. I don't think it was complete, so we may have been added. But I can assure you we were in front of you last month on the 23rd of March.
That's correct, Tom.
Got it, but I'm not finding it. So if somebody else took notes, it'll be a great thing because I don't
Yes,
have any.
we're
I
supposed
don't
to
have anything written. I have absolutely nothing written down about this place. Well, I must not have been there. Sorry. So if someone else was at that meeting and wrote some notes, please tell me why they're back again and they're not on the postponed list.
Okay, I did not take the notes, but I remember they were we need more application on the application about the new owner. He's supposed to reach out to the neighbors and they should, addition to that, submit some additional documents. Basically, we were asking the applicant that he gonna introduce himself more to the neighborhood. Is
Right,
that
so-
correct, Mr. Michael?
That's absolutely right. So I took notes. I can run through what I think you guys wanted, and I can let you know, sort of walk you through the 86-page submission that we provided. Bogdan, that's exactly right. You wanted us to do more outreach. We did that thanks largely to Ronan Daly. We were able to connect with Babar, with the North Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce, with the North Brooklyn Angel Soup Kitchen. My clients are in contact with those organizations. My clients also collected just about 150 signatures of petitions in support of the change of ownership. I submitted those with the submission on Friday. I have with us tonight Shahar Zeplovich, who's the sole member, the purchaser of the business. I also have Lance Holloway. I think he's still here. Yep, there's Lance. So Lance is the existing manager. He's the GM at this store. He has been for many years, I think 8. He's going to remain in place, and he's going to, along with the rest of his staff, and he's going to continue to run Spritzenhaus. I also have, I believe, Nir Yusufov, who is going to work as an assistant manager there with Lance. And so those 3 individuals are on the call. Their resumes are also attached to the submission that we made on Friday. As I mentioned last month, nothing's changing in terms of the method of operation. The ownership is changing, but the business is going to continue to be run the same way. We included the resumes that I mentioned. We also included in the questionnaire details regarding security, the place of assembly permit, the certificate of occupancy, a copy of the license, documents that you requested last time. We included additional photographs, which I think, Tom, you asked for specifically, so we did provide those. I'm confirming that my client will follow New York Nightlife Association best practices, which is something, Tom, you asked about. We have committed to installing a sound limiter if that's helpful. I'm told that in terms of the volume, the managers that are on duty will be in charge of that nightly, and that they will have control of the sound system. This is a long-standing Williamsburg store. It's been there a long time, and we plan to operate in the same way that it's been operated for 10 years. But of course, they're happy to answer any questions you guys have.
Tom, I just send you.
No, I got it. I found it.
Yeah.
Somehow I heard the wrong applicant name. There was so much going back and forth between the signing the signatures and who was going next. I was on another page. So owner and the manager when discuss past concerns and how it's going to ameliorate them. Hours, security, resume, security plan, nightlife. Okay. Outreach. So I'm now going through the menu, which I don't need to know. I've seen the pictures. You have the legal gates, which is amazing. Most people don't have legal gates. You know it has a C of O because it's been there forever. Okay, so the owner is a software engineer, right? Is that what you're telling me?
He is. He's worked in the hospitality trade before, but he is presently an engineer at Google. That's correct.
But he kept the oh there CFCF Cafe. Okay, right.
But he is retaining Lance Holloway as a GM.
So keeping Lance, which is okay. Lance knows how obnoxious we can get to be.
Hello.
He knows how they get over there. Mysterious owners. All those owners are just packing it in and giving it to one guy. Okay. You can only be open till midnight right now, correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Good answer. Now, Bogdan, did you look at the signatures and if there are people anywhere near the place?
Yeah, I try to get the signature, but I cannot find that on my screen.
Oh, it's page number 61.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Okay.
So I'm looking at the hours of operation that says until 4,
Yeah, they've always been open. They're just a bar.
or they're a bar.
Yeah.
And then I don't,
Previously on the weekends, we were open till 4 a.m. We've listed those hours. We've been open till midnight, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays.
Oh,
till
so you're
4.
making a change. Oh, okay.
Well, maybe just too lazy on Google, I guess, but those have been our operating hours for about 6 years.
oh,
Which
okay.
have been your operating hours? What have been your operating hours for 6 years?
Oh, excuse me.
Midnight during the week?
3 p.m. to midnight on weekdays. Saturday, midnight to 4 a.m. And on Sundays, they've been noon to about midnight. Somewhere 12, 11 o'clock.
But your application is for
4 a.m.
4 a.m. on every day.
We've been able to operate at those hours every day, but just we've been doing what the neighborhood wants, and it hasn't been much of a demand on Monday nights to stay open till 4. But we've been approved for that for 10, 11 years.
That's it. You finally got to the final question. You were approved for that 10 or 11 years ago. Okay, so your present license has 4 a.m. or doesn't have any hours on it.
It has 4 a.m.
Okay. Do we have
Tom,
that
I have
license?
a question. Far as the signature, I don't see any signature from the Genzi Street.
Right, I didn't
don't
either.
care that it's 6 or 10 blocks away. We don't care about that.
I know, I
don't
couldn't
see
find any
from
Guernsey
Genzi.
Street either.
Yeah, my
Said
father-in-law
out-
owns the house three houses down. You know that, Bogdan, right?
No. So they approach them?
No.
No, so that's what and on Genzi, just down the block, is so
Three
many.
houses down is my father-in-law house, so nobody was there.
That's my point.
Yeah, number 6 on our request list was outreach to Guernsey Street residents. So go to Arthur's family. Hello? You got 2 weeks to go to Arthur's family.
I don't see one signature from Genzi Street.
None.
And it's
I didn't
so
either.
many apartments house right there.
I think they got everything else, but they got to get some people from Guernsey Street.
The place has been there for 10 years, and as far as I understand, there haven't been any problems. They've been operating, at hours that are less than what they're licensed to operate at. It sounds like Mr. Holloway has a very open relationship with the community. I don't know whether they knocked on those particular doors and whether anyone was there or not, Tom, but it certainly.
Neither do we. So you got to tell us what they did. Number 6 on the list was outreach to Guernsey Street residents. You can tell us we tried and no one answered the door, or you can tell us that nobody wanted to sign. But to say I don't know what they did is not a good answer.
I wasn't there, Tom. So maybe Shahar should speak to that, to what efforts were made on Guernsey Street.
Well, I thought the manager who has all these friends on Guernsey Street might know.
I do.
One more thing. Beside Genzi Street, there's Lorimer Street, who is affecting if they're sitting outside, just on the other corner of the park. I don't see any signature from Lorimer Street.
Lorimer's about a block and a half away.
No, that's exactly when you're sitting outside, you can hear the noise from Spencer House.
I mean, Bogdan, to be honest with you, Lorimer Street, you hear the noise from everybody around now. So.
Well, our specific.
There was a question to bring
Yeah, but they should,
from
listen.
direct neighbors, and we don't have that.
Yeah, because like 2 houses, 915, 917, right on the corner. My family lives there, you know, so nobody was there. No, 87 Genzi, nobody was there. 6-family house. And it's like 3 houses down from your place. So
Number 6 on our list was outreach to Guernsey Street. Our full board meeting is until the 11th.
And so are you willing to vote conditionally, and then we will supply you with additional signatures between now and the 11th, Tom?
Well, I'm
That's
not
correct.
hearing how you're going to do it.
I support that. Yes. If you're gonna reach the Guernsey Street, Tom, if I may, and just the huge house on the corner of Nassau and Lorimer Street that is affected by the noise, we're fine.
Well, I don't know where Lorimer Street is in relation to it, but the specific thing.
No, it's a block away.
The specific thing we asked for was Guernsey Street. That was on our list, Guernsey Street residents. So somebody go to Guernsey Street residents, if you can't get them to answer the door, then tell me that you had a flyer that you slipped under their door that said, we came here to tell you that we're taking over managing the Spritzen house, and if you have any problems with the behaviors or whatever, call and put somebody's name on it. Pick a manager whose name is on it, you know?
No problem.
We can do that. Can we vote conditionally tonight and have this heard on the 11th, Tom?
I will make a motion to accept the application with the condition of bringing the.
Yeah, I second that.
All right, well, this is what it's going to be, that there's going to be signatures from people on residents of Guernsey Street, or a representation and an example of something that you left at all the houses on Guernsey Street saying, we're going to be the new owners of Spritzen House. Lance Holloway is continuing as the manager. If there's any problems, call this number.
Can we use the petition that was signed, Tom? Is that adequate? Can we slip that under the door if they don't answer? Is that
The question is, how could you get over 100 signatures from 20 blocks away? Is that true or fake? Or you cannot get a few signatures from 2 houses down? Can you answer that, please?
What we did is we went to the park. We were in McCarran Park, directly across the street from where we're located, and we spent a couple of days over the weekend and some weekdays at the corners of both entrances trying to get signatures from people that only lived in Greenpoint and Williamsburg surrounding areas.
That's thank you very much. By why did you not go to Guernsey Street
This was oversight, sir. We will amend this immediately.
They'll do that quickly.
Hold on, one quick question before we vote. Lance, whatever happened to that 942 Lorimer building that kept making the complaints on Guernsey and output, and did that die down? Did you guys kind of resolve that? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep. The last time was a while ago. I believe in 2015 was the last time we had some noise issues, but in 2013, we had come to a decision on Guernsey Street to every night at 10 p.m. to shut our windows completely and to move in all of the tables on that street. And then because we have parks located in front of us on Nassau Avenue, we came to an agreement to be able to leave those windows open and to turn the music down after 10 p.m. to a moderate level. And we came to an agreement. So I believe our last complaint was 2015.
Who did you come to an agreement with?
Neighbors to stop ruining my life. Just made some agreements with residents.
If you read, it was not just Lance. It was a bunch of. It was a bunch of bars.
If you recall signing your stipulation, all roll down windows and doors that open on bars have to close at 11 o'clock during the week and 1 o'clock on the weekends. So
we do it at 10.
All right, but if you who was that agreement with? Those people you should have gone and said, hey, I'm the new owner. Like, who are those people? Where are they?
Tom, do you have a copy of the stipulation that was signed? Because I tried to get that from the board office and couldn't. Did you guys find a copy?
Attached to your application.
No, the stipulation that was signed 10 years ago.
Oh, I'm sure it's buried in a file cabinet somewhere in our office.
She couldn't find it. We tried, and neither could the former lawyer.
There's no magical scanning going on there. So
okay, all right.
I have just so much stuff I can store in my apartment. And I think Mishko has those. Arthur or Bogdan, do you want to make the motion?
I made the motion, Bogdan second.
Arthur made the motion, I second the motion.
So it's a conditional approval, the condition being that they have signatures from Guernsey Street, or representation that the information of a new owner and a contact number was provided to the buildings on Guernsey Street?
Yes, especially like there's a big building across the street, right? There's a new building with many families living there. Across 87 Guernsey.
Just sounds like it's somebody to call, not me.
We will take care of that.
All right. So
right,
Bogdan
let's
and
vote.
Arthur made the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those
Aye.
opposed? All right, so we're going to recommend conditional, well, if you show up and not the day of the meeting on May 11th, get it to us before then, so Bogdan and Arthur can look at it. Then we'll recommend the approval, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Lance.
Thank you, guys. See you.
So Rob, where are we?
Let's go back to Harry. I emailed you guys those signatures. Let's go back to
Look,
Harry,
'cause
please.
I'm going, oh, there they are, they got there, there they are. Hang on, let me get them.
Harry, he's gonna get them. Harry,
Yep.
pull yourself together with your applicant.
Sarah's on here.
Okay, Sarah, you're on. Anyone else? Is this you and Sarah, Harry?
Yes.
Wait, there's only what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 signatures? So this is what we were all panicking about? Oof.
All right, let's get into it. Harry, go for it.
Okay, this is 232 North 12th Street. The cross street is at Driggs. It's between Driggs and hold on, let me sorry.
Robbing.
Driggs and Roebling. This is formerly licensed establishment. It was called CU 29. It had a full liquor license. The hours of operation are 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and then midnight Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's the maximum occupancy is 74. There's 20 seats. There's the maximum capacity is 74, but the maximum number is 50. There are 8 tables. There's a small outdoor area. If you look on the diagram there, they have a current location that's in Court Street, 548 Court Street in Cobble Hill. That's called Santo Brooklyn. This is a Brazilian, it's a Brazilian American restaurant, and this is going to be called Santo Park. So it's a similar type of operation as they have there. Sarah's husband, Pedro, is the manager, and he does the beverage. We've included some press and information on the current location. It's won awards. It's a great restaurant. So they're doing the same thing here. Again, there's a small outdoor area. They have the current location had opening doors, and those will be closed by the closing hours, 10 p.m. And they have the notices on there. It's the last page, the community notice, the notice poster. That's it.
That's it. Tom, may I have a question?
Yeah.
Okay. We have just 6 signatures, right? And nothing from that 12th Street, North 12th Street. Did you approach the priest? Because you're next to the church.
Sarah, are you?
Yes. Can you guys hear me? I just unmuted. So yes, my husband Pedro did speak with the priest. I believe it was about a week and a half ago. It was before we had the petition paperwork, but he did go over, introduced himself. I believe Pedro gave his business card. I tried to go back to the church when I was collecting signatures yesterday, but at the time that I was there, they were not open. But we have
No,
made.
no, the church is not open for 24 hours.
Yeah, I realized.
Definitely is not. Okay, what is the name of the, can you ask your husband, what is the name of the priest?
I can text him to find out. I know that he told me. I don't recall the name. He's working right now, so he may not answer me immediately, but I should.
So maybe we should postpone the application if he's working right now and he doesn't have the right answer for us.
Yeah, and the church is less than 200 feet from their doors, so.
Well, just to answer that, if
Technically, yes, Tom, but they lucky because the church is using the front door from Drake Street, so it's okay.
No, I'm reading a field visit from the SLA that says that the one entrance doorway is 134th Street and one is 182 feet.
That's correct. That's correct. But somehow
they're both less than 200 feet away.
That's correct, Tom. But we went through that last time when it was a different owner, and they could provide. I am okay with that. The previous applicant could provide. That's actually the interest to the church is from Drake Street. So they somehow they meet the category that is more than 200 feet away. So
All right,
I'm okay with that.
The report from the Alcohol Beverage Control says the door on Driggs Avenue is 182 feet.
So if I could I respond?
If you don't know the name of the priest and he has that report and you're not being nice to him, he can raise holy hell. So you need to know who he is and go over there and meet him.
If I could respond to
Greek Easter is coming. Maybe you can go to the Greek Easter service on Sunday, but it's not a Greek church, but it's an Orthodox church. Orthodox Easter is Sunday. So
the field report, Bogdan is correct. The field report was included in that previous application. It's in the Freedom of Information. It's in the original application, and the entrance is not the main entrance, which is the standard for the 200 foot, is on the Driggs. But if we could respectfully ask the committee if we could make that a condition to provide that name and to provide that information within the 2 weeks to the full board.
I don't need to know his name. You need to go and make nice to him.
We know his name. We know him. So we are not looking for his name because we know exactly what is his name. We just try to make sure that you contact him and he knows that you're going to be okay. And you're going to be not okay for the other neighbors, but also for the patrons from the church. And
what I'm saying is if you can give us the 2 weeks to provide the proof, and we'll send an email, and then they'll also do a follow-up so that he can provide the feedback. They've reached out to them. I mean,
I would go ahead, Tom, with that because previously we never had a problem with that location.
Yeah, to be fair, there was already a business there.
Yes, and we never had any problem with that.
Yeah.
And actually, the previous
But come on, Rob, you know that neighbors should make nice with churches.
So I would like to make a good motion on the.
Wait a minute. Rob.
Yeah.
You know that your churches like to have good relationships with their neighbors, don't they?
Absolutely.
So what's so hard about going over and making a relationship? The Easter holiday season for them, it's an Orthodox church, will be done on Sunday. It's been very busy right now, but Easter is Sunday. So, I'm assuming they're renovating the space. They're there all the time. Leave a note for the people and sit down and, show the guy your space, tell him what you're going to be doing. Say who the manager is. If there's any problems, call us.
I agree.
Make good neighbors.
And to Sarah, who's the owner, the previous owner had a good relationship with the members and the clergy and the staff. So they're welcoming It just may require a couple of more times. And Tom is right. There's a big Sunday coming along. I would make it your business to show up and say hello. And I wouldn't feel that that's inappropriate anyway. It's not inappropriate for you to go meet your neighbor. Like, you should go and say hello, and you're moving in, and can we set some time to talk? Are you willing to do that, Sarah?
Yeah, definitely. That's no problem at all. We know the importance of community outreach. We do this at our current location, and we'll make this a priority.
Okay, so I think, Bogman, you had a motion with that included, right?
That's correct. That's correct, Bob.
I second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay.
So work on that and let us know how it goes. Okay.
Will do. Thank you, everybody.
And our full board meeting is May 11th. So you got 2 weeks.
So if he signs the petition, or some letter that you write for him that he can sign and support, make it easy for him to. Maybe he doesn't want to sign the hours, but signs that you have a relationship and then you have each other's numbers, and it has to be something that he signed or supported in some way.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Some kind of
whatever you guys do.
We'll take care of it before the 11th and submit it. Yep.
Yes, please. Definitely not in the meeting. 2 days
Yes.
before. All right.
Yes, no problem.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go to. I think it's okay to go to Michael Ferrari now. Is that okay?
Who does he have?
Michael Ferrari. Who do you have?
Hello, I am here with Bill Safiros from New Hope, Brooklyn, 10 Hope Street, and we are prepared if you are ready to hear from us.
Wait, I'm looking for it.
One moment, please, Michael.
Oh, there it is. There it
pull out
is.
the app.
It's number 10 on our news.
Correct.
Okay. Hang on, I'm going to open my little folder. Oh, God, everything is separate.
All right, while you guys getting ready, anybody from the public, jump in the chat and write that you're here to talk about 10 Hope, and your name's not Bill and the attorney Michael. From the public. Before Bill starts to type paragraphs of.
What's up, Rob?
He loves his place. Anybody not this guy and the lawyer? Okay. Tom, nobody from the public is here.
All right, so I have there's a lot of stuff they gave us, but I have the questionnaire open. So it's New Hope, Brooklyn, 10-12 Hope Street. I'm hoping you got a lot of signatures from Hope Street because.
Mr. Burrows, do you have the latest? I think you said you have multiple documents.
I have
a PDF with one PDF, including everything tonight or earlier in the afternoon. I don't know if you have that.
I can't, I work for a living and I try and download this stuff as quick as they have. You sent it this afternoon. I don't know. I have it down. I have all this stuff downloaded yesterday. So if you sent something again today, I don't know where it is. I don't know if it got out to me because I have the pile of stuff I downloaded yesterday. So.
I apologize. In the past, I've done that where I've sent it to Marie before the end of business. We can proceed based on what you're looking at now.
You sent it on the end of business when?
Today.
So we have a meeting at 6:30. So you send it at 5 o'clock. That's
before 5 o'clock. But
okay.
It's just an update. It's fairly close to what you're looking at now. But
Michael, just curiosity, what's the is it just technical?
I have 10 pieces of stuff from you. What is updated?
I don't believe you have signatures in what you're looking at now.
Oh, that's a big one. Okay.
So,
all right. So I sent the signatures today. Okay. So that's what I'm looking to see if somebody.
We were getting them up until up to the minute. So that's why they were delayed.
Let me go.
But I've sent it to the SLA committee email.
But what time today?
I think it was 4:30. I think I can check. I can.
Yeah,
also
I'm sure Jerry and Joanna had a lot of. I don't know if they were even in the office. And they're.
I apologize. That in the past I've done that, and it was
in the
successful.
past we weren't all locked in our houses with masks on our face either.
I understand. I won't do it in the future.
Tom, I did not see which application. I see the last one, but I know the one I saw today was not signed.
I can address that as well. The reason we didn't sign it was we are asking for things that are not consistent with the with what is on there. Depending on what the
one I have isn't signed either, and I have no signatures.
right, but whatever
the P word is coming to my lips.
But we are prepared to sign it depending on what the committee
Big
rules.
word is coming to my lips.
Hold on. Michael, just clarify for that. Mimi, you're saying that something in our application stipulation is something that you want to make, let's just use the word worse or better? Like, is it that you
I hesitate to use the word worse, but I will tell you specifically what it is.
We just said it really fast before Tom says postponement.
We are asking for an hour later in the outdoor area on some of the nights. So,
Tom, you know the answer. Tom, you know the answer.
Okay, so
if the answer is no, then we'll accept no, and we will sign an earlier hour. I mean,
so you'll sign whatever's on the stip.
We will. I wanted to come and make a case for a later hour, but we are prepared if the committee is not prepared to hear that case.
No, we don't do that for anybody. Nope.
The city of New York has sidewalk cafe rules for decades, and that's what we follow. Even though they've all been thrown out the window, we're trying to stick with them.
I understand. This is not a sidewalk cafe, but if that's the policy, that's fine. We can do that.
And not
that's
just
why
everyone
we didn't
sees
sign
that
it.
in Williamsburg. They signed that stip to be outdoor. Okay.
But we are prepared to sign it and get it to you tonight, or I'll bring it to the office tomorrow if you need an original signature.
Unbelievable. You have to rewrite that whole page.
Well, I'm not sure why.
And I believe the application is not filled up. Not every box is filled up correctly. I don't have the front of me the application right now, but I believe
first page. I have the first page.
I disagree. I believe it's filled out. Again,
what is the hours?
What
is the hours, Tom? If you can check on that, please.
Oh, the hour page has to be changed. Each box is filled in with.
That's correct. You see, I remember correctly.
But outdoor space is 1 o'clock every night, so that has to be changed.
We can change that. We can do that tonight and forward you a signed agreement.
Rob, you would like to make the motion, Rob?
Well, I still don't have signatures. That's my other problem. I looked at my emails. There's no signatures. So
we sent it to the SLA committee. We have many signatures from Hope Street and from Havemeyer. If you would like, I would very much like to get this done tonight if possible. What we could do is
like it to be a nice weather out too.
We can adjust the boxes that say 1 a.m. on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We can
Thursday.
We can move them to midnight, and we can sign it. I don't know of any other changes that need to be made.
No. Somebody make a motion real quick, and we'll all vote.
I'll make a motion.
What is the motion?
What's the motion?
To accept the application.
All those opposed to that? All right, Arthur.
Yeah.
They want to have their outdoor space open till midnight every night. They have no signatures. So, we don't know who the torches and pitchforks are going to be.
Make a motion that we postpone them.
Yeah, I think you're gonna.
I'm gonna withdraw.
We can't postpone them. We can only vote to deny or approve. I would make a motion to deny.
I would like to withdraw my motion.
Can I withdraw the application? I'm surprised that you can't postpone it. I've been
You
here
have to
before.
request a postponement. We can't postpone.
Michael, if you ask for a postponement, you take
Then it gets
a
postponed.
couple of weeks, back to the next meeting, and get this.
That's fine. I would rather the opportunity to change it and come back later in the meeting. If that's not an option, I will ask for.
Well, Tom, just so he doesn't leave without strict instructions and the next one feels straight, Michael, I think, just so you can write these notes down, I think if you take whatever's on the stipulation for the application and take those hours and put it into the box in the front, clean. That's checkbox number 1. I do think it's important for you to say why you're here in like 30 seconds. So if there's any more,
Absolutely.
stuff that
I'm
you
prepared
need,
to do that now. I didn't have an
well, you
opportunity.
should say the 30. Hold on. So first, the hours have to match your stip. You already know we're not going to extend those hours in the stip. So just match the hours in the stip, and that'll be good. You have signatures, so that's not going to be a big deal. When you come back, we'll see a bunch of Hope Street signatures, so you're going to be fine there. And then you should tell the folks because I don't think everyone remembers this place. You just say a little bit about why you're here.
Absolutely. I was prepared to do that tonight.
But I would say do it within like 45 seconds, and people know what this. And then if there's anything else, they'll add right now. Go for it.
I'm sorry, I should do it right now.
Michael.
Yes, go. Take 30 seconds to say why you're here.
Go ahead. Bill Severos is here. He'll talk about his experience in that time.
Bill, go for
Yeah.
it.
Hey guys. Okay, great. We're just trying to increase our hours. We've had a tremendous response to the restaurant, and we're trying to increase our hours to whatever the maximum we can, so we can revise the application. But I'd like to get some additional hours on the weekends to go to 1 o'clock in the morning. It's all soundproofed. We've been operating. We've been successful. We're unique. We're one of the few places that's serving high-end food outdoors, and there's a demand for it. And we are asking for those additional hours. And I'm also asking to drop the stipulations and allow us to have live music and DJs whenever we can. We haven't been, because it's not necessary, but I'm thinking in the future, and I'm thinking, we have stipulations preventing us from doing it now, or limiting us from doing it now. We still can. And I just want to be able to do things that other restaurants do, and frankly, other stores do, because that seems to be the music of today. And right now, we're not doing DJs, and it's never going to change from being a restaurant. It's never. If you can, some of you have been there, and it's a very casual, nice place, and I just want to be able to do what other people with other restaurants do, and I want to be able to increase our hours because there's a demand there for that, and I want to be able to answer that, and I want to be able to be a go-to place for people as we open up, coming out of COVID, for getting people coming out of the theater and being able to serve them, and as I said, Guys, it's a unique place, and we've demonstrated that we can do this and be a great neighbor. And we have neighbors on the petition that you guys don't see. We have people from Hope Street who have signed it. We've had multiple events from people from Hope Street, multiple events from people from Grand Street. So we've demonstrated that we've done this right, and so that's why I'm here.
Thanks, Bill.
Are there any letters of support in your submission?
We have in the submission that Michael sent you earlier today, we have signatures from directly behind us from Grand Street, and we have from directly next.
I don't know. No, stop.
No, not.
All right,
Tom, if I can bring your attention, Tom.
I'm ready to make a motion again.
Tom, I would like to just bring your attention. If you recall that, or other members, we had previously with this location big problem with the neighbors. Remember that?
Well, that's why I said they just said they have all these groups that they do things with, and my question was, do you have any letters of support from those groups? And I get signatures. We have organizations in our neighborhood that are very happy to write letters about fabulous restaurants, right, Rob?
Yeah, Bill.
Tom, I would.
Tom, if I may, but not just that. We had a problem with the people that live on a Grand Street, and we had a problem with the tenants that lives next to the restaurant.
Yes,
that was like 6-7 years ago.
Yes.
And so the previous owner was complying with the request of the direct neighbors, but we want to make sure that this time is done the same way.
Well, just
So
if I can respond to that point, we came to this committee 3 times for this application 2 years ago. Originally, there were some neighbors that were very vocal in their opposition, and we negotiated over the course of 3 meetings. And this committee eventually, and the board, voted in favor of the application. We were very pleased by that, and eventually the State Liquor Authority issued the license. We were very pleased by that, and because we were so pleased, we have abided religiously, if I can use that word, by the stipulations from day one until now, 2 years later. Absolutely, we have kept every promise we have made. The outdoors is soundproof. The indoors is soundproof. We came here seeking an extension of our stipulated hours, 1 hour on the week on the inside, 1 hour on the outside, and we asked for the ability to have a DJ. I apologize for the administrative snafu with the application, but I just wanted that to be clear. Bill Safiros has done everything that he promised and everything that's been asked of him without question.
Thank you. Okay, are you asking for a postponement to come back next month and get everything
Mr.
together?
Ferrari, I have just a question to you. So the last time you were representing the applicant to SLA committee, right? Is that correct?
That is correct.
So do you know that we do not change our stipulation with our stipulation the way it was written 11 years ago? You try to not sign this stipulation with our stipulation.
My thinking was that this is an unusual time in the world, and every restaurant has suffered the last year, and I wanted to ask the committee to consider a change. If the answer is no, the answer is no, but I wanted to ask, given the dire circumstances that all restaurants in this city are facing.
Mike, also clarify, but when you came 2 years ago, you took even lesser hours than what's on the stip. I think what you're trying to also do is just get it back to the stipulated hours of the 1 a.m. Because I've noticed in your hours, you took lesser hours. You just want to get back to our stipulated hours. So it is
correct. Thank you, Rob, for pointing that out. We're at midnight now on the outside. Excuse me, 11 p.m. on the outside. But we
now you just want to get to 1 on Friday and Saturday.
To what the committee has stipulated for our competitors.
We have a lot to go. Just officially say it on the call so we hear it that you're asking for.
I would ask to be heard again on this application.
Okay. See you next month. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Bill.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So who was next, Rob?
All right. So after that almost denial, let's go over to that was for Marcella. Is that okay to go to Marcella now? Marcella, are you ready?
Yes. Hi.
Wait, who's Marcella?
Marcella, what's your applicant?
Hi, I'm representing Bergie's on the Block.
Address?
That's number 4 and new.
Forgive me, this is my first community board meeting, so I might not know steps, but
It's number 4 under new, people.
Okay, and what's the address?
198 Randolph Street.
198 Randolph Street.
That's between Stewart and Gardner.
And are you here with the owners today?
I am not. I'm here representing the owners.
Okay, you're here as the rep that's in the call. Okay, hold on 1 second. Is anyone here from the public with their torches and pitchforks about 198 Randolph? Anyone in the chat? Okay, back to the chair.
Okay, so this is an existing restaurant space that we moved into with a new concept. It is a burger bar, very simple, classic, based on the fast food burger concepts of the past.
Wait, can I go back? Can I go back to the beginning?
Yes.
You are who?
My name is Marcella Smith.
Okay, so you're listed as the manager.
That's correct. I'm both the director of operations for the restaurant group and also the operating manager for this location.
Okay, so you're more than representing them. You are going to be the person that we're going to make sure runs everything, right?
We're going to call you. We're calling
That's
you.
correct. Yes.
Okay, keep going.
Because I see the name Joe Levy on there, and I was like, oh my God, do you work for Joe? No, you work for the restaurant.
Joe charges extra to jump in the car. So go.
Like I said, it's an existing restaurant space. We're looking to transfer an existing license that was there with the previous tenant from the landlord over to our new LLC.
Marcella, who was previously there?
Chicha, I think was the name. It was
Chicha.
Chicha, I think is the name. Correct.
All right.
Well, you're applying for a new license, right? You're not taking over
taking
their-
over the business.
No, we're applying for a transfer of an existing license.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Correct.
Is
So
that what
it
it
would
says
help
on
if
the
you
app?
knew the name of that license, but
Chicha.
It's actually under the landlord. He owns the license, Eric Cohen, who owns the block. That's the name of his LLC, the block. So he literally does own the block. We're transferring his license to our LLC. Or trying to.
Okay. Hours of
I'm
operations?
not saying anything.
Not reading anymore.
Okay. Hours of operations would be 11 a.m. To 2 a.m. Monday through Sunday. We do have 43 feet of street seating permitted. We do not have that up and running yet. We just
Wait.
moved in-
What does that mean? What does that word permitted mean?
We do have a permit for street seating according to the new New York City
But
regulations.
it's not sidewalk cafe, the new rules, right?
It's
No.
the open streets thing. So it's in the street.
Correct.
Got it.
This
Thank you,
is
Karen.
this is an extremely industrial neighborhood. There is no residential, so there was no one to do out.
There is some. If you look hard, you'll find some people living there.
Okay. We did do outreach to the local sanitation hub and to the local precinct. So we have tried to do due diligence to do outreach to who, we thought would be interested in what we're doing here. And the feedback has been very positive.
So this is part of Roberta's.
That's correct. The owner, Carlo Maracci, the executive chef of Roberta's, this is his concept, his new concept.
And you have no outdoor space, do you?
No.
Other
Only
than in
the
the street.
Correct.
Okay.
What's the concept? It's burger? Is that what you say?
It's burgers. We literally have 5 menu items. The concept is that it's a fast food concept, but food that you want to eat slow. It's all, we grind our own beef, we cut our own potatoes, we make everything from scratch. Very high quality, but with a fun, kitschy kind of theme.
It's the in and out of Williamsburg. or
Correct.
whatever. It looks like you're already open from the way the front of your building is lit and whatever.
We opened it at the end of December, actually.
And are you using the previous owner's license right now?
No, we do not sell any alcohol currently.
Okay. Okay.
What are you?
Not sure-
What are you
How
right
much
next
is
to
a
man?
drink? How much is a drink?
I'm sorry?
How much is a drink? Scotch.
We're going to have a very simple beverage program to start with: canned beer, canned wine. It's going to be bottled cocktails. It's going to be very simple, just like the concept.
There's a lot of taps there, though. Like you're going to tap like 100 different barrels.
There are a lot of taps there. We're putting that in second phase because it requires a bit of capital to get that back up and running. So right now, just because we've just started off, we're gonna go simple.
I would like to make the motion to approve.
Yeah, second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, so we will recommend to the full board that they recommend to the SLA that this be approved. Okay.
Thank you so much,
Good.
guys.
Good job, Marcella, your
Thank
first
you.
time.
First time out.
Not
Yeah,
bad.
thanks.
Tell them you do well.
Hi.
Peace.
Next, Rob.
Next one on the list. After that's an interesting. Okay.
All right. Well, number 3 is postponed, as all of you may not know, but number 3 is postponed.
Okay. Then we have Kieran McNarma. I'm sorry, I messed up the name. McNamara. Yep. Sorry about that.
No problem, Rob.
Number 9 on our list.
My eyes hurt.
Address?
The address is 506 Grand Street between Union and Lorimer, formerly a bar called Burnside.
How come
Weren't
I
you
feel
here,
like
Kieran? Weren't you here
you
before?
just did deja vu? Why are you back?
No, I've never been here before.
Oh,
You
sorry.
sure?
Damn.
Absolutely,
Wait, let me look
100%.
at your face. I'm only hearing your voice.
Hold
I got
on,
to
let
see
me
your
see the
face.
face.
Where's the face? Oh,
I don't know. It's not loading.
Sounds like the same old whatever. Anyway, let me look at his application. Kieran McNamara, 506 Grand, new liquor license.
It used to be Burnside.
Owner, manager is Kieran. And Cindy McNamara, his spouse.
Who is the owner of the property?
Who's the owner of the property?
I don't know.
It says he owns it. It says Kieran owns. Oh, he owns the restaurant. Who owns the property? Who's the landlord?
Geez, I'd need to check that. Is it not
Okay.
on that?
I would like to just point that that was not filled up.
Yeah, you usually have to tell who the owner is on the app.
The landlord is. He's the owner of the restaurant.
Landlord,
Owner
sorry,
of the
landlord.
restaurant, landlord of the building. Is the way.
Do you need me to get that for you?
In the future, that is not very important. Yes.
Yeah, you're sandwiched between New Apollo and the taco spot, right? Right? That's your sandwich in between them. That's your storefront.
Yes, Rob.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, guys. The concept is American bar, comfort food. It's gonna have
I want fish and chips.
Well, yeah, we're fish and chips will be on the menu.
Good.
It's gonna have 9 tables, 36 chairs. It's gonna have like 10 tables at the bar. Some background music, possibly at the weekends, maybe for some jazz music, some live jazz music. The opening hour, I'm going to be managing myself. I'm going to be managing, running the restaurant. I own Brooklyn Public House for the past 8 years. It's on 247 DeKalb Avenue. So
what's the name of that spot? The one you used to own?
Brooklyn Public House.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Are you leaving, or this is your second?
I'm leaving there, and I'm coming over to here to run this place by myself.
Oh man, congrats! Good job on the other spot.
Thank you. The idea is basically just to have like some sort of a community place. Like the first thing we did in Brooklyn Public House was we put a kids menu on.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that we're going to put a kids menu on for the neighborhood of Williamsburg, because I'm not sure there's a lot of kids around.
Yeah.
But the idea is to have just a community.
No, there is, man. Yeah.
Well, if there is, we will have a kids menu on.
Tons.
I promise you, we will. The idea is just to try and get people coming in and enjoying, relaxing, listening to the music, and I'm going to try and elevate the food from where it was before. There's something in between, like a little underneath Brooklyn Public House. I couldn't go full out on the restaurant because it's got a small kitchen at the back. So I'm going to do the best that I can to provide as the best quality of food that I can. I'm applying for 11 to 4, 7 days a week. Kitchen from 11 until 2. I plan on following all current guidelines in relation to opening, relation to the community board, and also the state with like all the times and so on and so forth. But after those restrictions, or if they lift them, then I plan to keep the place open from 11 to 4 o'clock.
All right, let me stop you right now, because you keep saying it over and over again, so we can't miss you saying it. You're opening a restaurant, but you want to be open till 4. Our general rule is restaurants are only open till 2, but then you call it a pub restaurant, but then you close the kitchen at 2. So I don't know how committed to the 4 o'clock closing you are. What was Burnside? Anybody know?
Let me find Burnside.
Burnside was 4.
Burnside was 4, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the places on either side of it doing?
Macundo's got to be 2 because he's a restaurant. And then New Apollo closes late. But Burnside always closed at 4. So they're the 4 a.m. spot. Even if you lived up there for a few years, you knew that bar closed at 4.
Right. Well, I just want to get clear because the torches and pitchforks.
Yeah, it wasn't like this is Cafe Argentino and then he's coming, which closes at 2, and then Burnside's coming in and he's trying to close at 4 or something. So I would say, to the spirit of that rule, it looks like he's a bar trying to serve some good grub at the bar.
And are you gonna and your other place? How late was your other place opened?
Exactly the same, 4 a.m. And we
That's true.
Close the kitchen at 2 a.m.
And what's the place like between 2 and 4? People eating or people out of control? Or
No, I mean, the idea is typically is to try and have the kitchen close a little bit before you close, so that gives everybody
finish eating, right?
Enough time to eat and allow the staff enough time to get read up, and that's typically it. That's my plan in there.
Yeah, man.
Are there signatures? Are there signatures?
You have signatures?
No, it seems like I've been. First of all, it seems like my lawyer has misinformed me on the gathering of signatures.
They usually do.
Who's your attorney?
Michael Flynn.
I don't.
Terry Flynn. Sorry.
Terry Flynn. Yeah, signatures are gonna be important. We're gonna at least tell people that you're coming in and who you are, what's going on.
I did go around the neighborhood and I dropped off flyers at the Mexican place next door, at Red's, at Brooklyn Cupcake, at Cafe Argentina across the street.
But you have apartments upstairs, yes or no?
Yeah, and I also posted forms in underneath the door right there.
You got to try and catch some of your residents so that we can see that they're aware that you're, there's not going to be a big change because everybody's telling me the bar that was there before was open late, but
how many apartments is above you?
Probably 2 or 3.
Yeah, there's probably 6 apartments. I'm guessing, just looking at it. There's 3 floors. I'm guessing a couple of apartments on each floor. So there would be 6 apartments above it.
So but do you live directly above the bar, the restaurant?
Excuse
me?
Who
lives directly above the restaurant?
Just whoever's renting the apartments from the landlord.
Did you talk to these people?
I try to talk to these people, and I posted a sign underneath their door, like a letter with the notice that about the community board meeting. And I also did that with various different places attached to it and around in the neighborhood.
Because we would like to know that you approach the people that live directly above the bar or restaurant and next to you, so that they are aware that could be a little bit noisy sometimes.
But to be fair, they're living on Grand Street, so they're dealing with truck and traffic, but to Bogdan's point, we got to get a signature. We got to get someone from above to say, I think I'm ready to make a motion on.
I have a question about. I have a question.
But
you talked. There's an outdoor space. There's
an
outdoor space.
No outdoor space.
No outdoor at Burnside. No.
How come it says will you use the rooftop, rear yard, or outdoor space? Yes.
Oh, that's weird.
No, there is no outdoor space.
Oh,
there is that little garden. There is that little garden in the back, though.
Yeah, but it's not actually part. It's not part of my lease.
Right, but you circled it that you're going to use the outdoor space.
Okay, so that's a mistake.
Who's this lawyer? This just chopped up this application for you.
You agreed to no smoking in the outdoor space and the rear yard and everything.
Trying to help you here and everything too.
Yeah, it should be. It should be not applicable, not applicable, not applicable, not applicable, not applicable. Because
man,
questions are about outdoors. That whole page.
Regulations no more than 25% designated.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna mute myself. I don't know what to do here.
Listen, guys. if you can point me in the right direction and on a
Redo page 5, making half of it not applicable.
I can redo page 5, absolutely, 100%. And I can also commit to getting signatures from like above and nearby, and I'll provide them in the next few days. And I would hope for like a conditional approval if that's possible.
Rob,
Yeah.
Grant Street has a bid, right? Is that part of the bid?
Yes.
Yeah, you should reach out to the Grand Street bid. You can find them online. Put Grand Street BID. You should let them know that you're a business opening. They could be
Yeah,
very helpful
reach
to you.
out
They
to
do.
them.
They're
You know
right
what
there
they
on
do?
board, Joe.
They do a yeah, thank you. They do a beer crawl where they like point to bars and the association. So it's just good for you for good outreach and be part of that.
Yeah.
They're good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
reach out to the Grand Street bid, fix the page with the outdoor space, get some signatures.
Yeah, you only
Right.
really
Complete the application, and once again to Tom and all the committee. So we're gonna be okay with the 4:00 a.m.
Yeah, because the
All right.
place before, I need a good pub to go to.
Okay.
Bars at pub.
I'm just questioning that we're not gonna miss anything. Okay.
No, we do bars at 4, especially on Grand Street. All of those on bars. Reds is 4.
All right. Okay.
Apollo's been 4 since I
Wait,
was
what are we
10.
doing? Signatures, change the outdoor space, and reach out to the bid.
Complete the application. Fill out who is the landlord.
Oh, find out who the landlord is, right?
Oh yeah, we basically did this application on this call for you.
Yes, we did.
Well, I'm embarrassed about that, guys. I sincerely am.
Rough start for you, my friend.
I'm disappointed that I can put trust in someone else to do something, and then I'm having to do my own work here. But thank you, I appreciate it.
Oh, hold on, you need a motion. It hasn't been a motion, so hold on.
All right, so
I'd
wait.
like to make-
Our next full meeting of the board is the 11th. So you got to get all this stuff together before the end of the week before, which is like the 7th or the 8th of May. So, can you do
So
all
I'd
that?
like to make the motion that under the condition that Tom just put on the paper, I would like to make the motion to approve the application with this
I
condition.
second it.
All those in favor? All those against?
Aye.
Okay, so it's a conditional approval. Get some signatures from upstairs, fix the outdoor space page, find out who the landlord is, and reach out to the Grand Street bid. All before May.
And
All
I
before
don't drink, so
May.
I'll come in for burgers.
Okay.
Before May 7th, okay? Before May 7th.
You got it, guys. Thanks for your time. I appreciate everything. Cheers.
Welcome to Williamsburg.
Thank
I
you.
hope to see you all in
All
the place.
right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Who's
Bye,
next?
guys.
Next is Catherine Bruce, 152 Drakes.
Hello, how are you?
Wait, what's that? 152 Driggs. What is that?
It was
Green,
Selma
that's pink.
Pagi. Sorry. It was
sorry.
Selma Pagi LLC.
Okay,
is
could
the-
one person speak at a time? Because I still don't have the name.
Sorry. It was Selma Pagi on Drake's Avenue between Russell and Humboldt.
Oh, okay, I see it. So you're Salamat Pagi. Okay. So,
Yeah.
All right. That's number 12 on the new list, everybody.
The last item on our list.
On the new list. Don't get
Yes,
crazy. Don't
that's
get
correct.
crazy. All right, so she sent an application in, which was sent to us yesterday on the 23rd. So, and you are, who are you?
I'm Catherine Bruce. I will be the managing partner.
Okay. Simple question. And then there's Catherine Bruce, Jamie Toll, Benjamin Van Leeuwen, Laura O'Neill, Peter Van Leeuwen. Are any of those people here with you?
No.
I just have to take attendance. Because we don't have a sign-in sheet, I have to have you say that you're here and what your name is, and then we can record it. That's, what this crazy madness is. Because normally if you're in a meeting, you'd sign in and we'd have a written list of who was there. So
And talk about some partners. They left you by yourself. It's like 8 of them, and they just sent you.
yeah, she just dumped
This
here.
partnership
Like,
is already
wow.
mad. Like, this is terrible.
Damn.
Anyway, sorry.
I'm the boss. It's cool.
All right. So what are we doing with this one? It says corporate change. So what's the change?
So myself
You're
and
adding all
Jamie
those
Toll.
lazy partners that don't do anything?
Yeah. Myself and Jamie Toll are entering in as partners into the LLC. We're taking over the operations of the restaurant. They closed in February because they lost their GM and their chef. And so we are applying for a corporate change and also to add liquor to an already existing beer and wine license.
Oh, oh, oh.
Bogdan, you must know the spot. This is over on
I know, I do know. Okay, it's 5 owners, so it's gonna be the existing new owner is gonna be 5 of you.
So
There are 3 current owners. They got rid of somebody, and then they're adding 2.
But altogether it's gonna be 5 owners.
Yes.
It looks like there were 4 before. Yes.
Yeah, there was one other person who was a minority owner who was removed. And then myself and Jamie are being added.
Okay, the hours is okay. You just have to
No,
fill
it's
up
not, Rob.
the boxes.
She didn't fill the boxes
Wednesday,
then.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You cannot go with the line because that we don't know what that means.
Well, it's the same from. Sorry,
No,
my lawyer.
it's a Williamsburg thing. You have to actually write it in each
This
box.
is a tortured thing. You have to fill in all the boxes.
Okay, I'll do that.
Fill in the boxes, okay?
So, how long have you been the owner of the restaurant?
I took it over in December, or started operating in December. And then when we were able to re-sign the lease, we decided that I would be the managing partner.
So what's changing that causes you to go from wine, beer, and cider to needing full alcohol? What's the change in the...
The change has been COVID, and the increase in sales would help. And also my background is cocktails. We also have a new chef, and she would like to be pairing, cocktails with food.
So what was it before, and what is it going to be now? Like, was there? I don't know.
Previously, it was a Balinese restaurant serving some soju and sake cocktails that were nice, but not very involved. Now we're going to move from a South Asian menu to a menu that includes South Asian food, but also tapas from other parts of the world. Still keeping it a restaurant, family oriented. We actually just put in a changing table, and also allowing for some cocktails in addition to the wine and beer.
Okay, how far is from your place the church?
It's 270 feet.
Okay. Who is the priest of the church?
I don't know.
Okay. Father Mark. Okay, Mark. That's okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
Father Mark.
He just had yesterday the 40th anniversary of his priesthood.
It's a beautiful church.
Okay. So basically, okay, there was no problem with that place.
How about the signatures, Bogdan? All the signatures. There's lots of signatures, Bogdan.
I don't. Probably you don't want me to see, because if they are from 5-10 blocks away, I don't want to see them.
Well,
I did a good job. I stood outside. I only asked.
Let me see. Let me see.
Especially we kind of me and Bogdan probably know everybody there.
Nassau, Monitor, Driggs, Norman.
Arthur, can you check on that, please? What? 1 second. 1 second. Give me a second, please.
Page 14 of 20.
Okay, I can see that.
We also on page 16.
Okay. 1 second. 152. I told you, you don't want me to see the signature. No.
I mean, this is your hood. This is right by St. Stan's, CYO basketball.
Let's put this way. I didn't see, if I gonna just find on your block between Russell and Humboldt 3 signature, you okay? 3. That's 3.
There's lots on. There's a few on.
No. 1 second. Very simple question.
Go.
On your block between Russell and Humboldt, if I gonna find 3 signature, you okay?
Yes.
Let me see.
I like this. I like
we
it.
we even got The only resident of the building, he signed on page 16.
That's a good thing.
That's a good
Arthur,
one. Props.
can you check on that black? Arthur, are
Yes,
you
I'm looking at it right now.
because I don't see.
His name is Jacob Robinson.
No. The address between, what's the number starts there? Like 144, I believe.
No,
the number stand 144. I even know the numbers on that street. The corner where they sell coffee is 144.
Yeah,
So
the
from
Champion Coffee is
144 to
144.
168. From 144 to 168, how many signatures do you have? Simple question.
I don't know.
I need just three. You okay? And if not, I'm gonna give you back to Tom.
Okay.
I mean, she has one in the building, so that's one. She's two more.
Page
Um,
16.
She would have went to church on Sunday. She would have got like a 20 signatures from the church.
Oh no, forget Sunday was the big event. She would have got 100 signatures.
I mean, here's
So anyway,
the good news. They're there every Sunday, Cap. Every Sunday they're there. They're like clockwork. They come
Is there
out
pierogies on the menu? I didn't see them.
I do. There's lots. I'm not competing with the Polish restaurants in the neighborhood. They do it better than me.
there's not many left, so don't worry about it.
The point is between Russell and Humboldt is only apartment building, only.
So we have 85 Russell Street. Is that
Listen,
close
very
enough?
simple question. The coffee shop is
Yep.
144.
144.
The champion coffee right on the corner.
The place on your side, on the corner, is 168. So between this number, 144 and 168, how many signatures do you have? Very simple question.
I only have one. I only have the resident of the building, I believe. I might have more. I don't know. If you're asking about just Driggs, I think between those numbers, I only have one.
Okay. Your place is okay. We're gonna let you off the hook, long as you're gonna notify the other neighbors, ringside signature. That's all. And say hello to Father
Where do you
Mark.
live? I'll come notify you.
Reach out to the priest at the church.
I will.
Yeah, just let him know. And he's always
And you can
nice
mention my name. That's because I will know if you approach him or not. He will call me.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hot tip. He's there on.
I'll make a motion.
Who made the motion? Who is anybody seconding?
I can second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Tom, are we clear on that? What
Yeah.
has to be done?
I'm gonna talk to the priest, or I'm gonna talk to everybody on that block.
She has to fix
yourself
page
known.
4 of her
Not
application.
everybody
Fill
does
in-
notify them. That's you know this and that. You heard that before. What we're asking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
But she has
The
to
priest's
fix
name.
page 4 of her application also.
Yes, I'll fix the times and write in the times.
All right. Got it.
In each box.
Each box.
Every box.
Yes.
Rob. Next, Rob.
Okay. I'm kind of surprised how easy Bogman was on this. He's usually going crazy.
No, it's a COVID time.
No.
She got good
Because
food.
the restaurant has been there for many restaurants for a long time, and they are okay.
I've never seen you so nice.
So it's not a
Bogdan
crazy
wants to
thing.
eat those rare hamburgers. You know, the
Yeah, I've never
uncooked
seen
meat.
No, they
Yeah.
okay. They
Lucky not
keep
opening
going.
up a lobster joint. That would be a different reaction.
Oh no, yeah. that's
Oh
it.
no.
I have just one question. I have question. Listen.
The fish market.
Because sometimes in the
Don't.
summertime, you put a table in front of the building. Because you have like little fence.
I'm not putting a table in front of the.
No. Let's say, if I say something, I know that.
Okay.
You put little table in front of your building, between the building and the fence.
I should do that?
No,
No,
don't
you should
do
not.
Don't do that. I won't do that.
Stone.
Man.
I'm not
All
gonna
right,
do
anyway,
that.
we have
And
to
don't
move on.
serve oysters either.
Don't stuff
otherwise-
lobsters and oysters. Don't.
Yeah.
Only
Well,
raw-
He doesn't like
only
oysters.
raw meat and quail eggs.
That's fine. You can do that. And just make good margaritas. All right, next. Nicholas Padilla. You're
Who's
up.
that?
Hi,
Well, what,
everyone. Whenever are you guys ready for this?
what are we ready
We don't know what
for?
we're ready for.
So the application here. So it's a full liquor license application.
Could we
for-
just get a name of the application, please?
Say the name and address, please.
Talpa NYC LLC,
All right, that's number 5 on the list, everybody.
25 Greenpoint Avenue.
25 Greenpoint Avenue. And what's the name of the
Talpa.
business again? Got it.
And we received material from them. Well, I have an application that doesn't have a name on it. It's just blank. Okay.
Uh-oh. Gotta fix that.
Yeah, the first page where it says applicant location, totally blank. Whatever. But it's a new liquor license. Nick Padilla is going to be the co-owner.
I think there's also people here to test for the public about 25 Greenpoint.
Is Michael Zorman with you, Mr. Padilla?
Michael is on.
Hey.
Okay, give us a story.
Okay, so this is going to be a Spanish taverna. It is 32 seat capacity indoors with 26 seats in the backyard garden. We're applying for 7 days a week from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. The garden will be open Sunday through Thursday from 4 p.m. until 11 p.m. and Friday and Saturday until 12 a.m.
Okay.
No music will be played outside. Sorry.
Same issue for you as page 4. Fill in all the boxes.
Page 4, all boxes.
Yeah, because you can't say same as above and
I got it.
7 days a
Absolutely.
week. You have to fill each box in with the hours on that day.
That was my lawyer's mistake. I apologize.
And on the first page, put the name of your application.
Absolutely. Sorry about that. And okay, so continuing, I was a previous license holder down the street on Franklin at 195 Franklin Street for about 8 years. It was a restaurant called Alameda with a very similar concept to this. We closed last fall due to COVID-related sort of issues with our landlord, and we are essentially moving our concept down the street along with most of our staff to this new location on Greenpoint Avenue. Over that 8 years, we did have an outdoor space, which we managed and also closed earlier than our actual closing time, and we never had any complaints from the neighbors about that.
So was that one, was 195 Franklin Mick S House or Frozen Banana?
Mix House Inc., which was that location. I was the owner and also the manager operating partner.
That's the one down in Franklin.
Yes, Franklin and Green.
Okay.
Across from Manila.
Okay, doke. Good.
And we did a lot of community outreach. I'm hoping you guys got all our signatures. But we were able to get the signatures of both the upstairs tenants, the buildings adjacent to ours on the east and west, as well as on the north side of our space, of our backyard, are all under construction and unoccupied. But we did get a lot of signatures from around the neighborhood, and I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have.
Yeah, I have a question.
Of course.
Your signature is, how many you have? 100, 150?
I think 144 was the
I
count.
need just
and
5
not all
from
of
your
them are
block.
from.
We need just 5 from your block. From your block, just your block.
Okay. I believe
From
we have
your
5 from our block.
We have 2 or 3 from
I
your
can
block.
actually count 4 off the top of my head from our block. There
No,
are the 2.
you have because I don't see the application in front of me, but I went through. You have from the building, I mean your building, above 27 you have. But the rest is like far away from all other neighbors.
I could name Julia Duffy, which is lives above 21 Greenpoint signed, as well as Francois Olivas and her husband, who also live on our block, sharing the courtyard space, also signed the petition. So that would be 5 just off the top of my head. I'm
Okay,
certain I could find more given the list.
Okay, that's great. Because I was shocked that you have so many from different neighborhoods. Thanks God you didn't get from Queens.
Once they start signing, it's very hard for me to stop them.
Yeah.
But I was out there.
About the people that live on the 2nd and 3rd floor.
They are highlighted in the list that I outlined the box for you.
Okay, yes, I know that. I was asking you. You know the list, okay? Because you highlighted those 2 names, right?
Sure.
Okay, so okay, thank you.
Of course.
Tom, there are members of the public who want to speak on this item. Let me know.
Looking at the signatures, I'm just going over what Bogdan was going over because like I see 3 names from that block. So I'm just trying to figure out why people don't know how to go to door. I guess they never worked on a campaign and rang doorbells and ran up the stairs and got signatures. You know,
Tom, the point is, we've been fighting for that for so many years. And the people, we don't need 160, we don't need 20, we don't need even 10.
We need
We
the
need
building.
just indirect
Fajnie.
neighbors to be notified.
Ale nie będą to takie, wiecie, zwykłe, proste hot dogi.
Whoa, who is that?
Do tego
From the planet Thailand.
No.
What? Anyway, back to Tom.
Is there people in the audience that wanted to?
Yeah, we had some folks. If folks in the chat, if you can say that you're here to speak on this item.
Wait, hang on. Is this place Catalpa or Catalpa? Is it Catalpa like the
Catalpa,
tree?
like the tree.
Okay, all right. Because they're getting crazy here. Okay, go for it.
So again, folks, please type in the chat that you're here to speak on this item, and we'll call. I thought there was 2 folks. If you can't chat right now, let me see if I can find the 2 folks. Obviously, Sante Michelli is here, but I thought there was someone else.
I can't. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Francis. Right?
Francois. Yeah. So I
Francois.
mean, I think they're currently there's a bar, and then there's also 21 Greenpoint, and I think what's not where it does trigger the 500-foot rule. Oddly, I've known Nick for 12, 15 years, and I think this is kind of the idea with so many bars and restaurants opening in our neighborhood, bars that are going to be good neighbors and bars that are not going to be good neighbors. And I feel like, just hearing Nick kind of reassure the community here that, there will not be outdoor music is reassuring, because I don't know if any of you know how loud Transmitter Park was over this past summer. And I guess it's just a question about live music in the restaurant. So I don't know, Nick, if you can speak to live music.
Well, first of all, I've now dug my way through the application for a 3rd time, and if it's a restaurant, I don't know that they have any food because there's no menu.
Apologies for that. When my lawyer sent it in, he must have left it out. We did provide him with the menu.
He left the name of your application. He filled page 4 in wrong. He didn't give us a menu. Hopefully he's not running your restaurant.
Well, I had to use a less expensive lawyer for this time after losing my business last fall and quite a bit of money in the process. I'm not happy with. I'm as upset as you are. I'm probably more.
Committee members who may know that neighborhood, can anybody have a visual of from across the street? Because having a picture of a metal door doesn't clue me in at all what's on either side of this location.
So Tom, I can speak to that currently right now.
Did you use the word committee member?
Yes, Tom, that is more or less when was the remembered, but just across this street, Club 66?
No, this is a block down from that.
A block down, of course, block down and opposite, yes. Because Club 6 was between Franklin and West. And this
so
is
we are one block down
on the other side of the street.
Right.
Yes, one block down and opposite of the street. Yes, more or less.
Right.
The last block before the water.
Yes, exactly. So we are.
It's like a Vietnamese restaurant there, isn't it? Something was there by the water.
The space was residential.
The block before you approach the park.
Right.
It's on the right hand side. When you walk through the park, is on right hand side.
Yes.
In the middle of the block.
Yes, sir.
What is there now?
Well, we've been building out the space for the last 4 months.
What was there before?
It was residential. I'm not sure if anyone occupied it for the last 2 years, but I believe it was sold maybe 18 months to 2 years ago, the
So
building.
this is another one of our small residential buildings that they're gutting the ground floor, pouring cement, and then putting a cement backyard, and we're now going to have a restaurant with noise. The new popular thing of Williamsburg Greenpoint.
Yes or no, Tom? Because this is kind of unique. Brownstones. That's sooner
Right,
or
well,
later they're gonna turn to the way it is doing. So if they're gonna do the right way, it's gonna look nice. But if they're gonna do the right way,
We are, and to that point, Bogdan, thank you. We are planning on restoring the facade to a vertical wood plank with some aging and a nice paint job. The old
terrible,
facade.
terrible brick front and horrible aluminum windows and doors. That's the cheapest construction I have ever seen.
I completely agree. And my landlord,
piece of shit that is.
this is what these landlords do now, is they just throw the building up as cheaply as possible. But we are hand building the space, me and my two partners, Michael Zorman and John Ortiz. If anyone who's seen my previous restaurant, Alameda, knows that we care about aesthetics. We care about fitting in with the neighborhood. I myself live on 59
All right, well,
Kent.
what you need to do is you need to walk across the street with your camera and take a picture of the row, because I have no clue what's happening there, because it looks next door like there's a nice cornice, and you got that crap face on the front of your building.
Tom, across is like commercial building. Across
is industrial and commercial.
Yes, across him. Across
Bogdan, are you a partial owner of this? Bogdan,
yes.
are you a partial owner of this?
No, not yet.
Okay, we're getting a new craze of taking small spaces, not putting residential on the first floor, putting tiny little restaurants on the first floor with big backyards.
Tom, you're absolutely right. I am not the owner, and I am not even partner. But that's basically the block was kind of abandoned.
Thank
was
you.
very bad, and across was
It wasn't abandoned at all.
Yes, but it was very bad condition. The blocks, the buildings, everything. So
Yeah, they fix a little bit, Tom. It looks nicer, actually.
If I could just say one thing.
Hold on, applicant. Hold on. Look, I just want a couple of things. There are some. I understand that you hired an attorney that did not make a perfect application. You are an owner now. You have to take responsibility for what you submit, regardless of what the lawyer did. If you look at the first page, it's not written in lawyer language. It's just very clear kind of bullet points up and down. If you want to take ownership of a spot, you take a sec, you read the first page, you say, hey, did my lawyer do A, B, C, D, E, Z? Oh no, he missed A, he missed B, he missed C. There's some significant stuff here that is missing. The second part is that you trigger the 500-foot rule. To trigger the 500-foot rule, you have to show us what your 500-foot rule, what's the reason, what's the public interest. And now there's an application where you have to fill it out and show us.
There's a long questionnaire you got to fill out.
It's a big questionnaire that I want to see. Now I'm leaning hard on this because there wasn't a bar restaurant here before, and a lot of other places we've heard tonight, we go through a little bit of the motions because there was a restaurant, there was a bar, people moved into a neighborhood where there was already a bar there, and we're just changing ownership. You're adding a new and already triggering the 500-foot rule. So already saying what is the interest. So this is gonna be a little bit of hurt because you are new and there is not anything there before. So I don't want you to feel like you're being attacked. I'm trying to give you context to this. One, your application isn't great. Two, you're triggering the 500-foot rule. And three, you did not submit your completed questionnaire for the 500-foot rule. You can blame your lawyer all you want, but this is your business and you have to be responsible for your business, regardless of the lawyer. There's people that come on this call that do the thing by themselves and they submit and take the photos and do it. I'm a little concerned about what is the public interest of adding another liquor license to a location that's never had liquor license before. And when you get to SLA, they are stressing this point of adding new. They're making it a word of hurt when you go up to all.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to have a really good story about why you are so unique, and we have to add a whole new liquor license to Greenpoint. That's my just kind of feedback. I hope you were taking some notes. I don't know if you're just staring at me, but if you're taking some notes on fix the application, foot rule, your new liquor license, giving you a new liquor license when there's hundreds of liquor licenses in Greenpoint, Williamsburg. So I'll mute myself.
But we need, you know, the application needs to be completed correctly. There needs to be contextual photos. If you're going to be asking for a backyard, there's got to have to be a plan, not a box with little circles saying there are tables in the middle of it. And there's a lot of buildings in that one photo behind you, which I haven't gone through the signature list to see, but this application needs a lot of work.
Is there a question about the buildings adjacent to 25 Greenpoint?
I don't know what they are because I can't see them.
They're both to the east and west are under construction and unoccupied, as well as to the south.
You know, I don't know what kind of force out. I don't know, you know, what the force out was there. I mean, there are realtors who are building crap, and then we are getting restaurants with backyards all over the place.
Can I
The new-
provide some additional input when you have time?
When Francois was speaking, Francois, were you done? Where'd she go?
Francois?
Sorry, we have bedtime here for little.
Oh, yeah, hear you.
You know, I think my bigger concern about that block is 30 Kent Street, which is under construction, which basically runs the entire block, where they are not they're not even finished construction, but their plan is to have a really large restaurant, a restaurant bar there. And then, you know, my understanding is that the two buildings that are flanking Nick's Tavern is that they also are planning to be a bar restaurant. And those were also, you know, they were artist residences. So then you end up having a block with, you know, warehouses turned into 11-story buildings with huge restaurants that are going to have outdoor seating that are flanking a playground. And then, you know, according to developers, not the community, I'm just counting, wait, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 restaurants / bars in a row. You know, and I think it sets a precedence. And, you know, as someone who moved to this community, you know, 17 years ago as an artist, you know, at what point does housing for people come before bars? I mean, it's when rents are $8,000 to $10,000. You know, even the small businesses, and I've talked about this at other meetings, but you know, we're losing so many of our mom and pops right now, and these small businesses, because the rents are unaffordable unless you're serving alcohol. So I don't know what the answer is, because obviously, you know, there are, you know, 3 establishments that aren't even finished being developed yet. But is there any way to rearrange a system so that before somebody goes into all the work and everything of putting together a restaurant, they come before the community board and they just say, you know, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Will I get a liquor license?
Well, that's not going to be decided here. Right now, we have this particular applicant,
Okay.
500-foot rule, not an existing bar before, incomplete application. I don't know whether it's likely it's going to be a denial down the road, but right now it's not ready to really have any vote on it, or, you know, give it up. These landlords are going to keep doing this to the buildings, and it's not, my committee's not going to get it to stop. Your council member needs to get it to stop. I'm not going to get it to stop.
I was already on the phone with him at 8:30 today about some other topics, and so I'm just going to sigh.
They tear down these small little 3-story wood frame or brick buildings, put up a 6-story whatever with a concrete slab on the bottom with a small restaurant with a backyard garden. That's the new money-making venture that's happening all through this Williamsburg Greenpoint. And you know, they just do it. So they can sit empty with nothing in them because the rents are just ridiculous. Or, I'm getting one across the street from me.
There is definitely more to say, Tom, about this particular block, which I know very well, and me, Francois, and many members of our community, we've been doing a lot of work. So I could tell you all the history. I could tell you who the owner are, the current owner. Many they sold the building, and exactly what you're saying. Historically, this brick building, they were storefront in the 1890 when they were built, when there was a ferry by Transmitter Park. Some they always stay as a storefront. Some they were turned already 78 years ago into residential apartment. And the trend, to confirm what you're saying, that's exactly what is happening. That's exactly what happened to 25 Kent. And next to 25 Kent, the two buildings next to them, they are kind of bordered with plywood, and that's probably what is going to happen. And most likely, we're gonna have again other application for other license by a restaurant, and so there is a wall at Transmitter Park. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Okay,
just
sorry.
we just keep crying when you're talking something.
Yeah. No, so we have a wall now at Transmitter Park because we did a battle years ago for that development that somehow is going to be completed soon. 13 Greenpoint Avenue, as Francois said, and we know because it was filed. Was the reason we have a wall because we want to protect the public realm from the activity of the private realm. The 13 Greenpoint Avenue, just 2 storefront down. The official address is 30 Kent. But it's a large development, and it's going to be a restaurant, it's going to be a bar. We already know that's part of the DOB application. That was part of the deal. So then we have 19 Greenpoint Avenue. It's a bar tavern. They've been having problem paying rent. So even my question is, once again, we oversaturating, we triggered the 500-foot rule. The existing one having problem to pay rent, and they cannot pay rent to a small owner, which they rely to pay mortgage. So it's not, maybe they really didn't want to have a bar in the first place, but it seems was the last option. Then we have 29 Greenpoint Avenue is a restaurant. And now we have this one, and we went there, me, Francois, there was Elisa Berti from different block association, and I thought it was a restaurant. They told me it was a restaurant. When I saw the application, I saw that there is no kitchen, even if the application is a little bit deceiving. And I know that the owners are from the neighbor, and so the application is kind of very concerning to me. It says DJ's music. I know one of the owner has another bar, Trust. You can read the article on Greenpoint Avenue. It rely on live music. So to me, the music activity definitely can have impact, but also can have impact in residents, which they live in the bigger building. And I don't know, Francois can tell more because she lives on one of the buildings, but we're gonna have the development. Maybe it shouldn't deserve protection from that, but there's gonna be people living there. So music activity is a concern, but that's not a restaurant. There's going to be some hot plate. So it's a little bit deceiving that it was. This is one of the major concerns. Something else that I noticed, the plans are a little bit vague too, the drawing here, because they don't give us much indication. But when I saw the space, I was concerned. There is a raised platform. Is that going to be a place where music is going to be played? Is going to be a stage? I know it says there is a booths, but potentially can be turned easily into a stage for music, into a stage for DJ. And again, do we need another bar? We have 5 licenses within 500 foot, not 3 as they were reported in the application. I just went into New York State Liquor Authority mapping system, which you could go to and you could see.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you.
So the entire community is definitely losing diversity. There is non-business now. There are no bar and restaurant. We have only few. The last one is Alter. And when an article was written about 99 Franklin, saying it was an espresso bar, asking for a speakeasy license at the back, Alter, which is, it's one of the last boutiques left. Okay, Tom, that's it.
No, I've heard this speech. I get it. Clothing stores, children's stores, they can't afford the rents. But by my denying a liquor license isn't going to put a clothing store in. All I can do is say no liquor license. I'm not going to get Mary's clothing store to come into that space. Those landlords will not rent. All we can do is say,
Absolutely.
no, we don't want any more bars. The whole other part of what stores are coming, talk to Toby Moskowitz about that. You know, she's the economic development person. Our job is to try and get this bar thing under
No,
control.
I agree, absolutely. But that's what I want to say. There is a lot of, but we have to look at the wider picture. And
They
maybe
tried
we
to
have
have another business across the street. They couldn't. So then a bar moved in. It's like, that's what we keep getting. It's
Thank you, Sante.
That's what we keep getting.
Thank
That's
you,
all.
Sante. Thank you, Sante. Thank you, Francois. Thank you both.
But the condition of the application right now, I would not be able to vote for it. And
Is
it doesn't
there, I'm sorry to interrupt. Is there any way I could just respond to a couple of the concerns that Sante brought up? There are a few sort of, is that okay?
I mean, Nicholas, the problem is we have an application.
There is no first of all, there's no title on the application. There is no menu. If it's a restaurant, there has to be a menu, because if you're going to argue 500-foot rule that there's a need, you got to have some unique restaurant to even try and convince them that there's some unique need for you to go there. Like if you know, there's a special community that only eats a certain kind of food. That's why your restaurant has open.
Yeah.
But there's no menu. There's no architectural plan. We have no idea those little circles, how many of those little circles are going to be tables or chairs or move around. The backyard is totally unplanned. So we have no idea what you're doing with the backyard. There's no contextual photos whatsoever to even see what the context of that space is. And there's already 3 bars, it looks like, in a block. And the discussion, like there was 4 bars in the block. So I don't know how the 500-foot questionnaire is going to be answered to open another place, a new place here.
Well, we're going to need that questionnaire when you submit. We're going to need that filled out and shown to
The
us.
500-foot questionnaire for the SLA you guys want, right?
Yep. Yeah. You have to submit that to us. Yep.
Okay.
Robert, can I say something to be clear? There is no, I know there is no menu, but there is no kitchen. There is no ventilation.
There is a kitchen. There is a kitchen. Sante, I told you when we were there that we would have an
But there's
electric.
no architectural plan. It's a picture with little boxes on it. That's the problem.
I've been a chef for 15 years in New York City. I'm opening a tavern with food that is also a bar. It's going to be roughly the same as my previous restaurant down the street, Alameda, which is roughly a 50% split in sales between food and beverage with table service.
Okay, are you asking for postponement?
Or we can vote.
You want us to vote, or you want
because maybe he doesn't know what
fine. If the application is incomplete, that's not a problem at all, and I apologize, of course.
The question is very simple. The question is very simple. If we vote, we can vote yes or no. And we cannot ask you to postpone. You have to ask the committee
You have to be the one
to postpone. It has to come from you. We cannot tell you to postpone. You have to
Well, if
ask
the
us.
application is incomplete and you guys aren't happy with it, then let's postpone.
Okay.
Till next
See you
month.
next month. Thank you.
All right.
Can I ask a question just to the community
who's
board members,
speaking?
just for
Who's speaking?
Francois?
Sorry, who's speaking? Oh,
Francois.
go for it. Yes.
So with the 30 Kent Street development, the one that then will have the proposed restaurant on Greenpoint Avenue, is that grandfathered in because it's part of their development, or could there be a rock climbing gym, or is it like a done deal with the DMV?
If it's in the regulatory agreement that it has to be like a restaurant, it's probably a done deal. But that doesn't mean that they have to automatically get a liquor license. It just means it's set to be a restaurant. Does that make sense, Francois?
I mean, I just don't know a lot of restaurants in New York City that don't have liquor licenses.
It's
I guess I'm just saying, that if, because I do live on, I live on the block, but
They're not paying any property tax either, so
Yeah, if they put in their regulatory agreement to their presentation to the city council and to that the restaurant, they do that, and the liquor license part is the whole other setup. Then you have to go and present and ask for a liquor license. you can say it's a restaurant. Since you say it's a medical office, you've been told that that's going to be a restaurant. That's why you keep saying restaurant.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean, the Friends of Transmitter, I mean, Santana, Steve Chasser, we went through, I can't even tell you how many rounds with the developers just trying to create public and private space.
All right, well, this item has been postponed, so we're moving on.
Okay.
But just for your general knowledge, the SLA right now is giving a hard time for new liquor. So it's that you said used to be an issue prior to COVID, new COVID rules, they are giving tons of hurt. If you're a new liquor license and it has not been an established liquor license in that address, they are not giving them out unless there's an extreme reason to give it out. So you should know that to you and your block associations.
Rob, who's next?
Next on the list is
Tom. So is that to the applicant? I have a question. Is that, sir? Is that everything clear to you?
Yes, I believe everything is clear. I'm going to read you the application. We will show more detailed architectural plans showing the seating arrangements. We will provide more photographs, both contextualizing the exterior of the building and its neighbors, and also showing that we don't plan on having any live music of any sort. We'll provide a equipment diagram as well as a food menu showing that we have both a kitchen and a substantial food menu. And, you know, then we'll bring that back, and whatever else you guys need, we're happy to do.
500-foot rule.
The 500-foot questionnaire.
And the 500-foot questionnaire. Yes, I put that too. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Next. Murdoch, you're up.
Bob, who's next?
Murdoch, M-U-R-D-O-C-K, you're up.
Hey, everybody. My name is Mackenzie Murdoch.
Do we have people say what their application's name is? I don't care what your name is.
They're going to say it when they jump on. Say it, please.
So we're 620 Lore LLC. It's
This is a postponed item from last month, everybody. So you can all get ready. It was a postponed item from last month. All right. It was, I don't know, it was on the calendar, it wasn't on the calendar. There was some kind of screw up on their application. So we just sort of 620 Lorimer. It's the old deli that used to be on the corner.
Oh, yes, that's the guy across Chester, right? Is that correct?
No, the guy across from Lentils All office.
But the guys who has a fire or whatever.
No, it was a deli with a little, the Italian guy had a little deli there. It's across the street from Joe Lentil's office.
Yeah, you know, the CB never sent us the pack. That's why we're here.
Used to be called the Lorimer Market.
It was Lorimer Market. Then it was renamed under the same owner, Jerry's.
Jerry's.
That was in the final year. They were there for 16 years. Nick and Jerry owned the building. And Jerry decided to hang it up. Longtime friends of mine, and I was fortunate enough to get the lease. My wife and I lived 2 streets away for 7 years. It's my neighborhood. It's my trek off the Lorimer train stop. We're going to operate as Mo's General. My father's name is Mo. It's a play on a general store market. It's going to be, I come from a fine dining background. I worked for Tom Colicchio at Kraft Restaurant for a long time. I grew up in a pizza parlor, and this is me coming back to my roots and giving the neighborhood what I think is going to be awesome. We're going to be just a really Brooklyn neighborhoody place that offers an all-day market, morning coffee program, and then by lunch and dinner, we become pizza, salad, soda, soft serve, beer and wine. You know, we're a little bit of everything. So we want people to be able to have 3 experiences in one day, to and from the subway or just in the neighborhood.
You're the manager owner. That's it. You're the only person invested in this. Yes.
I'm a chef. I am the one of 2 owners.
Well, there's only one owner listed on your application, so I'm assuming you're the only owner.
I am the only owner. Yes.
Your hours are in all your little boxes. It's 7 to 11 and 7 to 1 on Friday and Saturday, everybody, if you've seen the hours. Where is there an outdoor space?
So we are part of the Open Streets program. That is our outdoor space.
So where are you going to put your third world shack?
We are not going to do a third world shack. We're going to do a really pretty, almost like a play on somebody's deck. It's actually being built this Saturday. It's going to be on Skillman because on Lorimer, one is too much foot traffic. We wouldn't want people to walk through a nice seated environment, and two, there's a fire hydrant, so that doesn't play. Skillman is a very quiet, the quieter side of the street. So,
And your neighbors I'm looking for signatures.
all the signatures are all of my neighbors on either side.
I'm looking. You sent a lot of separate things. I'm trying to figure out which of these different titled things is the signatures.
Okay. I'm not sure what you're looking at, but the signature page, those are all of my neighbors on Lorimer. I'm on the corner of Lorimer and Skillman. So it's all of my neighbors, and there's one person that lives above the store. All the signatures are the people on the left, above, and right.
Well, I have one sheet which has 2 Lorimer addresses and
correct. And the others are the Skillman on the other side.
26 and 59, 57, and 60 Skillman.
Yeah. So these are also my personal neighbors.
I have a signed application and an unsigned application. So I do have one that's signed. So,
well, I've been Googling priests in the neighborhood since I'm going so late. So I don't think we're near a church.
No. Good to go on that. You're good.
I'm totally kidding. It pays to go last.
What are they doing? What are they doing with the office space across the street?
Joe's?
Yeah.
Actually, so my neighbor on Skillman is a place called Vine Wine. It's Talitha. Talitha is actually moving into that space.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She's kind of like an organic wine place.
Yep.
And then I don't know if everybody remembers, but there was a place called Brooklyn Kitchen.
Yes.
Yep.
They occupied what was Vine Wine before, and then Harry and his wife moved around the corner. They're actually possibly going to re-sign that place, so it's going to be a cute 4 corners.
Right. Anybody have questions? Anybody in the audience have comments about this place?
No.
I think we're okay.
Sounds good. Everyone's okay. You should know that when you get to SLA Albany, they are asking deep questions about adding a new liquor since there was a market there before. They are going to grill you a little bit about your license, and you may want to have really good answers on why you're putting a liquor license into this establishment.
Sure.
I'm okay with it. I think that makes. I don't even think. Do you trigger the 500-foot rule at this point? I don't think so, right? I don't think
There's nothing anywhere. There's nothing near there.
Yeah, so that may be the reason. You may be able to say
there's a bunch of planned spaces, but there's nothing there now. But
okay, that's good to know.
There's stuff coming.
Yeah, I mean for the right reasons. They're trying to preserve cafes and pharmacies and like things that you didn't harass them out, and then for liquor purposes, right? Things like that. So
yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate that. I mean, look, I live there.
Somebody make a motion.
Yeah,
I can make a motion to approve the application.
All those in favor?
Second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, we will recommend to the full board to recommend approval to the SLA for this one. Okay, Rob, who's next?
That's all I got.
Everybody.
Good luck to you, sir.
Yeah, appreciate it. Come see us.
We'll come around.
Thank you.
All right, that's it. If anyone on the call that I did not call, please unmute yourself. No.
Okay, committee.
Tom, just there's committee members and non-committee members, which is on the call, just as an FYI to you.
Well, is barn tour happening tonight or no?
If you would let me speak, everybody, I'd tell you what we're doing.
Go.
Okay, there's a couple items on here that have controversy about them. And people have sent letters and have concerns about them. So we need to be very clear about them. One of them that there's a lot of concern about is Pony Boy wanting to extend their hours. So is there anybody here from the applicant Pony Boy first of all? No. So there are people here who wish to speak about Pony Boy, correct? Anybody?
I don't have anyone identified.
Okay, so I thought, because I've got all kinds of letters about Pony Boy, I thought some people would show up.
They might be going to the general.
Okay, well, they're not, Pony Boy's not here, so if you don't show up, what do we do? Right? What do we do? You're out of here. The other one was, but I had a lot of stuff about Pony Boy, so I'm just
Wait, hold on.
surprised.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry, Tom. 1 second. We have Jim from 634 Manhattan, next door to Pony 632, here to speak to our objection to this application for method of operation, but only if needed, as I also submitted a long letter of objection in advance of the 4/13 full board meeting.
Okay, so is that Jim Hodgson?
As Jim Hodgson. So you've been
Okay,
noted.
So committee, I don't know if you get to read all your emails, but Jim sent a letter in. He sent in, there's a whole number of 311 complaints from before the time that the pandemic occurred, issues between the community and the police and Pony Boy. There's even a letter of advice from the SLA regarding noise and not following our stipulations. Their license is for 2 o'clock. Right now, nothing can be open past midnight, but they're applying for 4 o'clock. I checked with the precinct briefly. There's only been one 311 this year, but of course, everything's closing at 11 o'clock, so there wouldn't be any 311s this year. But we also have letters from other neighbors of Pony Boy, but they're not here. So, but just so you're all aware, if I'm not here at the next meeting and they show up and ask whatever, that there's been a lot of community opposition to them going from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Okay.
I can only mention that when you go on the street, because that is corner of Manhattan Avenue and Nassau Avenue, of the east side of the street. So there is so many people waiting to get in that you cannot pass by.
And there's no one out there controlling keeping the sidewalk open, is there?
No, this is just what really makes the question. I did not check on the ID, but I saw so many young people. The question is if they are not underage, because I saw so many young people that I don't believe they are 21. I don't believe.
Tom.
So Jim, that takes care of your issue, Jim, for now.
Tom, did you see the email?
It does.
Sorry,
Thank you very much. I can share a photo of what the front of Pony Boy looks like.
No, it's not necessary.
You attach that to one of your emails with all the people standing on the sidewalk.
If you've seen it,
right?
Yeah.
If you've seen it,
I've got it.
Tom,
oh, I've got it.
You know exactly.
Tom, did you see the email on April? Tom, there's an email April 19th where Pony Boy withdraws their application. They will not be moving forward with the method of change. They're not going to change.
Oh, I must have missed that.
I saw that.
Yeah.
The problem is not having that little tally sheet that's up to dated. That
Yeah.
So Jim, just a little victory for yourself for tonight. It seems like they withdraw their application to extend their hours. They're not moving forward at this time.
Does that mean I get another month of reprieve?
No,
Maybe
not
some
postponement.
sleep?
They withdrew completely. They're not doing it.
Okay, we'll see.
They withdrew.
Thank you very
So that's
much.
a big-
I spoke to Captain Fay, and and I know you're working with the NCOs over there, so just make sure you at least raise it at the precinct council meetings, because that's where you get attention to some
please.
of this stuff. Okay.
The NCOs were giving us a lot of attention, suggested a mediation between Pony Boy and us, to which we readily agreed. Pony Boy never responded to that invitation. And NCOs stopped listening to our complaints. So I'm not sure where to go to get relief.
Well, let's keep an eye on them and keep us posted, okay? Because I
Thank
try
you,
to
Jim.
go. Someday we'll go back to regular public meetings. That'll hopefully change things.
Fair enough. Thanks,
so
everyone.
who's still here?
I think people will hear about Barge too as well.
Well, is there an applicant here for Barge?
Is there a
Okay,
applicant for
okay.
Barge?
Wait, so is any of the rest of the new applicants here? Let's get that done with first, okay? Bistro South asked for a postponement. Clo Cruise was a corporate change. Is anybody here from Clo Cruise? Rob?
Nope.
How about Hungry Ghost Coffee?
I don't see them on the list.
Because they got a big space.
Let me
All
see
right,
if they
Po-
have
and Pony Boy, you're saying withdrew their application. So let's take
Yep.
care of the new, okay? So now we have then on the previously postponed, we took care of Guernsey, Spritz House, and we took care of 620 Lord. Now, I don't know that there's anybody here from OHB Kent LLC. Everyone?
Nothing on the chat. Nothing on the chat.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know what that is, if I can find my thing here, where'd it go? Oh no, I've lost my application. They're looking for, Domino Park wants to open a mini golf on the land that they haven't built on yet. And Elke was representing him. Was Elke here tonight?
Nope.
Okay, they want to have 21 days of beer being served at a mini golf, and the beer will be supplied by this OHB, which is a other half brewing company that's over on Kent. Two Trees is going to use the lot between North First, Metropolitan, and River Street. They've partnered with artists and design professionals, community and school groups, blah, 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 to provide summer activity. And they want to operate a temporary beer garden on the south side of the block closest to the water on North First, west of River Street, in partnership with the mini golf. They say all alcoholic beverages will be sold and consumed in a roped off area. The security guard, et cetera, et cetera. They'll be operating on Saturday and Sunday for 10 consecutive weekends, starting Memorial Day from 12 noon to 10 p.m. at night. They claim notice to the precinct and all tenants. They were supposed to come tonight and whatever, and they're not here. They've already got articles in the paper about it. They're going full stream ahead. You know, I don't know. It's probably going to happen. So I don't know if I should tell them, since they didn't make it to this, that they should come and ask the executive board to have them present to the full board on May 11th, since that'll be 2 weeks before the Memorial Day weekend. And since it's a special permit, the community board can say, no, we don't want it, or yes, they don't want it. I don't, you know, they're not here tonight. It looks like it's going to happen anyway, but I think the community should know what it is they're proposing to do. But I was going to say, maybe just ask them to make a presentation at the full board meeting. Any thoughts?
I like that idea.
You know, because, you know, we had the last time we had multiple special permits was Avant Gardner. You know, and they didn't even ask us. These people are asking. So I'll ask to have them present at the full board.
Yes, Tom. I agree with you.
I agree. That's a good idea. This is something that everybody should really be involved in.
Okay. So now the renewals. I think there's people
Well,
here to
Tom, just so you know, the full board agenda has already gone out.
Oh, all right. So what am I going to do, Jerry?
Tom, they can come and sign up for public session.
Were they on the agenda for tonight? I don't see
They
them.
were told to come. They weren't on the agenda, but they were told to come because it's a special permit thing. I went back and forth with whoever this person is from Elke's office. It's like, as I said, we need to know that you reach out to the police department, that you blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if they got clear with Joanne that they should show up. You know, they were sending letters to the police department. They were emailing the office. Oh, the last thing from this woman, Zara, was regarding the request to have evidence of notice to the precinct and local residents before the meeting. Which meeting you referred to? The next week meeting? And yes, and then Joanna answered, next week's meeting is April 27th at 6:30 on WebEx. And that was the last we heard. They sent a letter. So I don't know if they think that just writing me letters about what they're doing is sufficient before the, you know, they didn't have an application. They just sent a letter in that, you know, they're going to the SLA for this temporary permit thing. I mean, I don't think we're going to stop it, but I think people should be aware of it. So, and they had only sent in their licensing form on April 16th. It's Elke. Elke usually knows to like say, should I come in? Should I not come in? I don't know what the story is with her, you know? So what do you think, Jerry? What should we do about it?
Well, if they were asked to be here and they're not here, then it's obvious.
I love Jerry so much.
Well, they're not on
Tom,
our agenda, so there's nothing to vote on.
Tom, before you go to the renew, there's some folks in Francois Santi. Is there an item you guys wanted us to talk about?
They
We
want to
haven't
talk about renewals.
Oh, got it. Okay, go.
But Jerry, I'll talk about it in my report. How's that? Because they didn't ask for us to vote on it. It's not on our agenda. It's like they just sort of, they're just asking community board support. So we're not supporting it.
Exactly.
The law allows for 4. They want 21. So we're not supporting it because they didn't present to us. That's back, everybody. Okay.
Okay, go for it.
All right, got it. That's simple enough. All right, now let's go to renewals. Let's see what we got. The people that are here still in the audience, which ones did you, Julia, you're here twice.
Arch bar, please.
Arch.
Whose voice is that?
It's Francois. Sorry, I have a migraine.
Okay, well, it's okay. So Szymanski and Standing Room Bar. Any issue with that, anybody?
No.
Lobster Joint.
Well done.
Cafe Bite.
No.
Berry Park.
I haven't heard anything about them.
Mirage.
Oh, Berry Park is okay.
Yeah,
Brooklyn
Mirage
Mirage.
is fine too. They figure themselves out.
Freehold on South 3rd Street. What is that, Rob?
They're good peoples. They're good.
Okay, so now Brooklyn Barge Restaurant. So anyone here to speak on Brooklyn Barge? Francois?
I'll go first. Sorry. So I just it's the noise complaints because it's right next to Transmitter Park, as well as when their clients leave the restaurant onto West Street, it's just complete and total debauchery.
Okay, Francois, we all know what the problem is.
Okay.
Please list it clearly.
Sorry, I have a
smoke in-
really bad
All
migraine.
right, they smoke in Transmitter Park.
I
They
didn't say they smoke and Transmitter Park.
don't they
No,
litter
I
in
think-
Transmitter Park?
I mean, everyone litters in Transmitter Park these days. So I think it's the music. It is the crowds outside that, you know, so it's whatever time they close, it's up and down the street. You know, I think the other bars that are here are, you know, I think lack of security and blocking the sidewalks. And they also somehow or another attract the dirt bikes. And so then clients get on the dirt bikes and like go riding up and down West Street, which is just, well, illegal and dangerous.
Okay, well, one thing we did with the big clubs over in the industrial park is we made sure that they had a plan for people to leave in a quiet and orderly manner, that they had security outside to make sure people moved along and left, that there was not, you know, people left, they didn't loiter, they left the space. The sound should be limited to their space, not the whole neighborhood. So I've always had a problem with Brooklyn Barge. So if I was making a motion, I would be making a motion that we vote not to approve them, but it would be based on their, you know, security issues. They're not moving their guests along after they close, the sidewalk issues, and the noise issues. I also thought that they were using a back entrance to access Transmitter Park, which was not supposed to be part of their operation. Are you doing that?
I think it was closed.
Okay, because I don't get over there, so I have no idea. Do you know anything about it, Sante?
Yes. Yeah, actually, Tom, what happened with that side, they cut the fence property of the park. They install a door. They put their own locks so people could use the park as the private realm. And Mary Salig had to send somebody these years ago, technically, to weld the door they legally install in the chain link fence. So there is all an history, you know. And the barge should never been there. I agree with you. I was never in favor. Mostly is very concerning. That's a public park. It's a passive park. And not only that, they install generator and containers. I look at the application just to see the layout, and the layout, it wasn't even respected. So the number of tables that they added later on had increased the number even more. The music, the amplified speaker just attached to the corner of the park and from the barge. Just to go back on Instagram and Facebook and look at the public media, social media these last few years, literally they are very clear, and they are the proof, and I can send it to you, that they were organizing DJ music. They were like DJ on a scaffold, 2-story high, and the message of the social media, the music is bumping. That's where they were, and that's for years. And the music starts during the day on a Saturday and Sunday, taking away really the peace from the park. And I believe that type of activity will always impact the park. The park department should write a letter, to be honest with you, together with us, but as a community and as a member of the steering committee of Friends of Transmitter Park, I have a severe concern that a license, any type of activity there will never eliminate this issue. Certainly no music, no sound, and a very restricted number of people.
Well,
as it was in the original application, maybe could be helpful. That's all, Tom.
But Sante, I have to operate from the point of view of like how this comes to us. So the Friends of Transmitter Park are not happy with the Brooklyn barge.
Definitely the Friends of Transmitter Park are not happy, but also the community at large, and I'm part of this community. We use the park just as a little escape, the only one in the surrounding landscape of development.
Okay, so they're not within the outline of their original application. They have lack of security. They are blocking the sidewalks. They do not have control over the guests when they're closing. There's been noise, there's been amplified music, there's been DJs, and they're impacting on the enjoyment of the public park that directly next to it.
Yeah, day and night, and once
I have to have something that we say in our report that goes to the SLA. So when they go to the SLA and they say, "Why aren't you renewing this?" I can say, "This is what we were told." So, rest of the committee, what do you think about it?
I make a motion with all those things that you said to deny.
Okay. All those in favor?
I second it.
Oh, thank you, Gina.
Thank you.
I agree.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay, so we're going to do that with Brooklyn Barge. Now, the Topaz. Anybody know the Topaz?
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, okay. The Topaz. Anybody know what the Topaz is?
Yeah, fine.
The Egg Shop.
I don't know that.
Night Moves.
They okay. The Egg Shop is okay.
Oh, four Horsemen and Night Moves on Grand Street.
Okay. Yep.
Glasserie on Commercial.
I don't know that.
Then they okay.
Glasserie is fine. They've been kind of nice neighboring Greenpoint.
On Dante on Berry Street. King's Imperial 20 on Skillman Avenue.
King's Imperial.
Red House Brooklyn, doing business as Kings County Imperial 20. Or maybe it's 20 Skillman Avenue. Maybe the paragraph's in the wrong place.
Yeah, it's fine. Kings, they're fine. They're fine.
Upscale Chinese.
Yep.
Carnival on Grand Street.
Yeah, they're cool.
Poquito on South 4th.
What's the
Poquito,
address?
very good.
You stay in Greenpoint. What's the address?
155.
155 South 4.
Oh yeah, those guys are good. Yeah.
Yeah, Poquito, excellent.
They're good.
So
Yeah.
all those renewals, everybody, are those all okay?
Yes.
And Brooklyn Barge?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else we need to deal with, crew?
Good night, man. Good night.
All right. It's been a pleasure.
Okay.
I'll see you. I see a few of you tomorrow at Public Safety.
Not me.
Yes.
Bye.
Oh yes. Oh yes. We have tomorrow public safety, right?
Yes. We're
Okay,
discussing
Tom.
shelters.
Oh boy, have fun.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
Yeah.
Hey, good night,
All right,
guys.
Thanks.
Take
Thank
care,
you.
Tom.
Good night.
Night. Good night.